Hello, everyone. Hi, trying something new today with a friend. We will see how it works. So, everybody, I hope you come and I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, we'll see how all of this goes. I got to change this. So, there's a reason why it says prove us wrong, right? Hi Moose. Hi Moose. Friend will be joining us shortly. As soon as we get all of the likes all of the way up. I don't know how many of y'all have seen my to be co-host here shortly or not. He will be on. Hi, Raven. So we have Hensley and Ray for and Kiervin. I know I'm saying that wrong, but I think I said that right. I don't know. Kiervin, all of my subs that are here early, or sorry, my members that are here early, thank you. No name just popped up in the chat. I'm doing good. I hope you are, Moose. I'm just getting all of this set up as per usual. I forgot to refill my water. Thanks, Joey. I enjoyed it. For all of those individuals that were here and saw my live last night, well, not on YouTube. But on YouTube, you guys can go and find it on Jimmy Snow and the Line. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Hi, Joey. Paul, thank you for being a member for 7 months. Look at that. 7-month membership. There we go. And then Phantom, thank you for gifting a sub to Yami, a wild Yami. I appreciate that so much, Phantom, for gifting that subscription. You guys will be able to hear Matt on all of the other streams, but you won't be able to see him. We are going to be working on that this weekend to get everything up and running for next week. Y'all will probably see him, of course, on what day? Well, I'm not sure. I'm doing a bunch of things and Uh, hi. I'm doing a bunch of things. You guys will get to see. Wednesdays are going to be my new slot on my channel to hopefully have a rotation of other amazing people to come in. Isn't it cute, Aslan? I added new things. Sorry if you guys are over on Portrait or on TikTok and cannot see it. The feud that was not expected. I know, Izzy, it's so funny. I miss LJ and Josh. I hope they're still friends. I need them to call in again when I'm actually on live. You know what I mean? Like when I'm actually here and on live. I know, right, Andrew? I agree. You guys are so funny. BMC started that and you guys all roll with it now as far as my moderators acknowledge each other, they say. I adore it. Y'all are amazing. I love how you guys do that. Also, I don't think Kiervin told me if I said his name right. I just don't want to say Tech Kiervin because I don't know. It just seems annoying. Oh. Yeah, Nano, so I appreciate you coming into the live. I'm glad that you saw my video. This probably will not go like the video did. I'll give you a heads up. But I appreciate you joining. It's a co-host day. Co-hosts are usually unpredictable. And I will admit that 100%. So it's unpredictable how co-hosting with somebody else will go. To be clear, I adore my friend that's going to come up here. We are actual real life friends too, so that's what's cool. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, y'all need to go and watch my video on YouTube. I think almost all of my friends have seen it. Aslan is on a 5 stream streak. That's such a weird thing to say. It's weird to say out loud. Cryvin. Okay, thank you. That's why you didn't know I was talking to you. Cryvin. Hello. But yeah, see, Nano Nanahu said, just found you literally half an hour ago from another video. The woman arguing for tariffs was insufferable after a couple of minutes. A lot of people felt that way. A lot of people felt that way. The comments are obvious on there. It's great. Oh, I do know. I think I gotta. Did I change those settings back before I bring you up, Matt? I did. Okay. I had to make sure I changed my settings back.
Change those settings back.
Yeah, because I changed them last night very briefly so Mia could give a mod announcement for saying why I was turning off the comments. Because TikTok wasn't tapping. But now I get that here. Yeah, buddy. Okay. Well, that took for fucking ever. Okay, sorry. Some things you just don't say out loud. And I haven't learned what that is. Somebody said the stock market hit an all-time record high. Are you talking about today? Because it's not the record.
The Dow, right now?
The Dow is not 50,000. Aslan, he does. I will give that to you. I like typing out spaces, and I don't do that here. But for those who are watching on YouTube, in the video description is going to be Matt's linked page. There you go. So you can click on that and then come back.
And we are going live right now on mine as well.
I even decided to change the prompt for y'all. I went with something different. Everything, well, not everything's different, but plenty is different.
That's fun.
Yeah. I thought I would change it up at least just for these days.
Okay. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. Look at that. Look at us. Who would have thought?
Hell yeah. Okay. Ah.
Already TikTok?
Yeah. All right, let's see. There is someone calling in. Hopefully it's not a child. Thanks for calling the stream.
Oh, hey, what's going on?
Well, the world is still moving, so that's a good sign. How old are you?
True. 42.
42.
Took me a second to remember.
Not a problem. And are you still supporting Trump?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I voted for him.
Okay, so then I guess what made you change your mind? We'll go with.
So I guess initially, I felt like Joe Biden was obviously not going to be my pick. The guy was asleep a lot. Kamala Harris was replaced without winning any kind of majority vote or any vote at all, sort of placed in there. And there was a lot of talk around Democrats saying, hey, we got to preserve democracy, while they tried to remove the most popular guy off the ballot. So I did vote for Trump because of all the things he said he would do, like release the Epstein files, which you know and I know the same thing. He quickly started saying they don't exist, and it's like, bro, what the hell? So I guess my point is I can't deny the fact that I feel like Trump is trying to destroy America, but I think that what people need to recognize is it's not a Trump only thing. This is an Israel problem. The Republicans are owned by AIPAC, and most of my Democrat friends agree with me on this. I almost wonder if the Trump is ruining America conversation has kind of gone a little stale, because we really need to recognize that it's a deep state issue. It's a left and right thing. We can all argue and go like, well, the majority of the people on the Epstein files were Democrats. However, we also got a guy that's a Republican and a lot of other Republicans that were on the list. They went and they danced the dance over on that island. And I think we should all come together and recognize we got to stop arguing about how sleepy Joe Biden was, how big of a whore Kamala was, and how big of a devil worshiping pedophile Donald Trump is. And we need to start looking at Israel and asking, why do they own the newspapers, Hollywood, the porn industry, the music
Do you know who
industry?
the
Why do we
Bilderberg
let,
Group is?
what's that?
Have you ever heard of the Bilderberg Group?
Yes,
Yeah. Have a good one.
as well.
Just not doing it. Just not that went too far. Hi, how are you?
Hey, doing good.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 28.
28. Are you still supporting Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's he done? Why do you still support him?
I just simply think he is the better option between the two. Of what like choices we had, basically.
Well, that's why you voted. Why do you still support him?
Well, I mean, there's not really like okay, so you're asking what? Well, I already know like there's only going to be a Democrat coming up next time. That's all there will be. It's not like there's going to be like an independent. We never have an independent or anything like that. It's just going to be another Democrat. Probably similar just to like Harris was. So it's just going to be the same thing. So as far as support, I wouldn't say necessarily, okay, well, maybe I'm not a good person to talk to as far as saying like, I'm not crazy about him, but I mean, I'd pick him over anything else. Maybe I'm not the right kind of caller then.
I mean, you don't have another choice right now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know exactly what you mean. Like, I support him as in like, you're the best that I got as far as the options. So, I mean, I would still pick, unless if you can name somebody else who could replace him who would be better, who could actually win, then I can't think of anybody who could actually win, who would be better.
I mean, we can't go back in time, so that's an irrelevant question.
Well, I mean in the future.
He can't run
Like
again,
who
so
could,
that's an irrelevant question.
so you're really just simply asking why do you still support Trump now?
Correct. I don't think he's given
Okay.
anyone a reason to still support him.
A reason to still support him. Okay. I mean, I guess you could. So you're not arguing anything else beyond that. You're just saying that you don't support Trump.
Yep.
Okay. Do you have like a alternative to that, like a solution? Like, do you have like somebody you think else should be doing it?
I mean,
Instead?
honestly, in my opinion, I think anybody else would be doing a better job except for Stephen Miller or anybody that was partnered with the Heritage Foundation at any point. Almost anybody would be better than Donald Trump. Hell, at this point, I would have taken fucking, I don't know. John Thune kind of sucks, but I take him. But I would even take fucking Mike Johnson for as much of a shill as he is. I mean, am I wrong, Matt? Would you not take Mike Johnson over Trump?
Mike John. I mean, I guess at this point, I mean, and that's how that just goes to show just how bad it is.
Wait, are you talking to me?
Yeah. You can hear him, right?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Are there two
Yeah.
people talking?
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, there are.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought it was just one other person.
No, I know it's a little
wait.
confusing because I can't have him on screen just yet, and I gotta.
Well,
muck
wait.
around
So
a
the
couple
only thing
things.
I have to add here is just simply. So I don't even know who you're talking about. So are you talking about? Can you think of a Republican or a Democrat that you can pick? Like I guess I know you say anybody, but like can you be more
gave,
specific?
like,
Can you
one
think of a
of-
Democrat or a Republican?
I did. I gave you. You don't know who Mike Johnson is?
Oh, I didn't hear you say Mike Johnson.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's better as like a good person or a smart politician. I'm just saying even he would do a better job than Trump.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, could he win though?
He keeps winning Louisiana somehow.
In some weird alternate timeline, God knows why.
Yeah.
But I mean, caller, do you really think that Donald Trump deserves continued support at this point in time? I mean, can you answer that question?
Deserves continued support. Yes, I do. Yeah. See, I would see right there. I would not. I guess you could say in a way I do support Trump then, because like you're naming people here. You're naming people like Mike Johnson. You're saying, well, I think anybody could do the job better. An example being Mike Johnson. Well, to be honest with you, I don't think Mike Johnson could win. I think
Okay,
that we
great.
live in a
Okay, great.
country where
So,
it takes
all right, great.
great
No, no,
amount of
no,
money
no,
to
no, no.
win.
Stop. All right, great, great. I'll stop you right there. If you think that we should keep supporting Donald Trump, what is he doing right now that deserves your support?
Not pushing crazy agendas that the liberals, or not liberals, but well, yeah, no, liberals and Democrats seem to buy into to get votes, or that they say they support,
No, I asked you. I'm
like
sorry. I asked you the
transgender
question.
surgeries.
When I'm sorry, the question I asked you is what is he doing, not what is he not doing.
He's
So, what is he doing?
okay. He didn't raise my taxes, so he solidified his tax law or whatever, which kept it, I believe, at my taxes are currently 24%, and he solidified that. So I mean, that's good. It's better than it going up. He could have raised it, which would have been horrible considering taxes. I think that's one of the number one problems in the entire country is
What
taxes.
are
We're getting taxed
tariffs?
too hard, and we should be going
What are
down.
tariffs? What are tariffs?
Tariffs? Well, they're
Yeah. What?
I don't know exactly. Tariffs are like he's putting tariffs on other countries when they bring in. You correct me if I'm wrong, but when they bring in product, where there he's charging tariffs on that, so they have to
Yeah,
pay
yeah.
additional money. Or actually, not the company, the outside company. I think it's the companies who are buying it in America. They have to pay a tax on it.
So the person that brings it
Correct?
into the US is paying the tariff rate to the US government?
It's to the U.S. government.
Yeah, yeah, because it's the government that has a blanket 10% tariff right now on every single country, on every single product throughout the entire world. So
Right. Right. Yeah.
who
No.
is
I'm familiar
responsible
with it.
for paying that
So
10% to the US government?
So basically, what you're saying is that because he has those tariffs in place, these companies are having to pay additional funds to the U.S. government to bring in those products, which then drives up the cost of their products, which then I'm paying. Correct? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, that does lead to it, but as long as you understand that it's the importer that is paying
Yeah,
the
it's the
tariff
importer. Yeah,
rate.
I don't
Yep.
care. That's American companies. I could care less. Or the corporations, I could care less. And
Yeah,
then as
yeah.
far as you could say as well, you could go further with that and say, well, I'm going to pay that because they're going to raise. You could say it for cars. They're going to raise. This is going to raise the price of cars. It's going to raise the price of whatever food we're importing from another place. But really, the most important thing to me, as somebody who also owns a house, taking it a step further when it comes to taxes, is property taxes and taxes on my income. If you lower the taxes on my income, or at least keep them where they're at, and my property taxes too, you are helping the biggest part of my life because that's the biggest killer. Watching 1/4 of my paycheck go away, watching I have to pay $5,000 in property taxes for an incredibly small two
Your
hundred
property
thousand dollar
taxes
house.
aren't
I have to pay
federal.
$5,000.
Your property taxes are state, not federal. That has nothing to do with Donald Trump.
Yeah, sure, but that's fine. But I'm just saying that that means more to me. The fact that he kept, like you saying, like I guess that what was it called, the tariffs, that the tariffs that, like, I guess you're using that as a counter argument to me saying that he paused my that he not capped that he kept my taxes at the same amount. I still think that I would say I don't care about the tariffs. I care about the tax rate because I can decide what to do with my money. If some of the prices on things go up,
If
that's fine. I'm not. Well, it depends. It all depends on how much those things go up. Obviously, if things got crazy, then yeah, it's a huge problem, and then I could be like, get him out of there because things are too expensive. But as of right now, like the bigger problem is why just not give me more money out of my just stop taking so much of my income, which
Yeah.
he did.
So
Again, he didn't
so
raise the amount of what uh the amount that the federal government takes from me. And from anything that I've seen
correct.
from liberal states or Democrat states, they're really big on pushing higher taxes. So I could imagine that law that he had put in place in 2016 to keep taxes where they were at, which he then solidified the second time around. I highly doubt that if Harris would have won, she would have kept that tax law in practice. I would imagine she would be much more open to taxing somebody who's a part of the middle class with, like, I
You
make
didn't.
around 90K a year. I would
Yeah,
imagine
yeah.
she would say I'm wealthy and she wants to tax it. I don't
Incorrect.
know.
Incorrect. Anyways, Sorry, I just want to correct you on one thing. I'm not going to rag on this at all, but
No, go
2016,
ahead.
Obama was president. Just to
Oh, sorry.
stop right there. The TCJA was passed into law December 2017 to go into effect January 1st, 2018, to expire December 31st, 2025. And then yes, HR 1 did extend and make those tax rates permanent on all levels for every individual, right? Whereas Kamala
Yeah.
Harris and her tax plan was actually talking about keeping that the same rates for anyone in your own tax bracket to stay the same. She didn't propose increasing them for you. She wanted to make a new tax bracket and increase somebody that made over $400,000 a year at a higher rate. You would have stayed the same.
Right. But if I go look,
Yeah.
so what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for here? So if I look at other Democrat states, because you can say what you want, you can say whatever you want. He did keep it where it was. He did not raise my
I
taxes
didn't
at
disagree
at
with
that
that.
federal
I
level.
didn't disagree with that, did I?
No, I know. No,
Cool.
I'm not.
So
I'm
then
not.
this is where
I hope I don't sound mad. I'm not.
yeah,
No, the only
so
thing I was saying is that I don't know whether she would have actually. She can say, "Well, I'm only going to raise." I think you said $400,000. Like she's only going to raise it for people who make over that amount. But when I look at her colleagues, and believe she used to work in California.
state
You can correct
rights,
me if I'm wrong. I believe she's
stop.
being Great. So if I look at a place like
Pause.
California and how they
Hello, is this thing
what? I'm
on?
sorry.
Pause. Oh, thank you.
Huh?
Thank you. Great. So let's get back to the tariff part, which is what started this whole monologue. Oh goodness. Okay. So tariffs, the reason why we brought up tariffs is because as we found multiple think tanks, right, on both sides of the aisle went through and they did a study. Kiel Institute, for example, is a German-based think tank where they found that 97% of all of the tariffs have been passed on to the consumer. So before the IEEPA tariffs were overruled by the Supreme Court as being unconstitutional and overstepping Article 1, Section 8 of the United States Constitution, we had raised, I believe it was $285 to $85 billion worth of revenue from tariffs, right? A good portion of that was determined to be illegal. Regardless of that, 97% of that was like $235 billion when I last did, well, a little bit more than that when I did the math. That breaks up to $1,600 per tax-paying individual. How much did you get back in your taxes? How much more compared to, hold on, pause. How much more did you get back in the year 2026 for your 2025 taxes than you did over last year's filing?
Nothing.
You didn't get anything additional back?
No, not that. You mean this year compared to last year?
Correct.
No.
Yeah, which means all of your refund that you normally get, right? Which wasn't, oh, I said the wrong one. Oh well.
I mean, I don't usually get a refund. I usually owe them money a little bit. It's usually
Oh,
like
okay.
$100
So then
or something.
it didn't affect you any for them to not raise the taxes. And in fact, you've actually ended up paying out more because I assume you go grocery shopping, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. And you also have to wash your laundry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you buy detergent and things like that.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You've paid a portion out of that average of $1,600 per person in the last year.
I don't really see the cost in my bill though. Like I guess when you say you're saying I'm paying more for laundry detergent.
You haven't noticed anything like that? Are you?
You mean like the rising costs of like smaller like growth when you go to the grocery store and things like that? That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone up some. It's not anything that I would say is crazy or anything. Again, the biggest thing where I see my money is taken away is property taxes and federal taxes. That's where I see like my money just go out the door in huge amounts.
Which again, Donald Trump has zero to do with your property taxes because that's up to your state and local level.
Well, he probably should. He should probably make a federal thing to do something about that.
Do you know what property taxes pay for?
Yeah, they pay for a lot of things and around your like infrastructure, schools, stuff like that.
Yeah. So if that was made federal, then your state would no longer have access to that money and it would just go to the federal government. And then
No, I'm just saying,
your
yeah.
states wouldn't be able to pay for things like the upkeep of your roads, paying for the education system in your local area, or anything like that.
No, I'm just saying that they should pass a law, something like says your amount of money you make should be a part of the property taxes. Like somebody who makes $200,000 a year and has the same house as me should I should not be paying the same amount in taxes as they should just because my house is worth the same. I don't see how that's fair.
Well, if that's all you got and it's just you in your pocket and you're blind to actually what's happening in the real world, then keep on keeping on, my guy.
Okay. All right. Next caller.
All right. Okay, real quick
sorry,
before I
bro.
answer, that he was just in it.
Yeah.
Guys, real quick before I take the next caller, I've been live for 26 minutes and over on TikTok, we only have 12,000 likes. There's so many in here, so many of you in here, and y'all aren't tapping the screen. Get to tippy tapping that screen. We should have already been at 50,000 likes. Do not make me turn off the comments on TikTok. I will. I've been doing it because y'all ain't tapping. Also, let's finish out the gift goal. We got this. The first caller is still calling back for whatever reason. I really don't get it.
Don't know why.
Yeah, it's so odd. Let's see. That's an unknown caller. We'll find out.
Oh boy.
Thanks for calling the stream.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 26.
26. Are you still supporting Trump?
Of course I do.
Okay.
And I would love for you to change my mind. If you can change my mind, I'll donate $100.
I'm not here to change your mind.
Okay. Great. And the only thing I ask for is respect. Just don't hang up in my face if you disagree with me. But you are welcome to ask me any questions.
Okay. Well, Matt, you go ahead and start us off.
Okay.
Well, I think that saying being against Donald Trump or being against the president doesn't really do anything good for Americans, right? It should very much be, hey, this is our president right now. How can we love our country and do better?
Okay. Cool.
Right? There was a lot of people that
so
didn't like Biden or didn't like other people, but they continued to support America as a country.
So do you think that Ari and I don't support America? Is that your posit?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when you say the U.S. president is bad, or if you support the U.S. president, then you have some type of negative thing, then all that does is put the correlation of, hey, you don't really support the president of America.
Well, so my question for you then is, do you think it's acceptable to criticize politicians in this country?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So if it's acceptable to criticize politicians in this country, then why is it a problem that Ari and I are talking about criticizing the president of the United States, which is something that people have been doing since, I don't know, our first president?
Yeah, you're right for that. You're absolutely right.
Okay, cool. All right. So
yeah.
Okay, great. So now that we've established that it's completely fine to criticize the president and to say that he's doing things wrong. And by the way, Ari and I will both say things. We could say things that we didn't like that Joe Biden did. Okay, it's totally fine. It's totally acceptable, right? So that aside, now that we know that it's acceptable to criticize the president of the United States or any politician, why do you still support Donald Trump right now? And aside from the fact that he's the president, right? Aside from that, specifically, what is he doing that earns your support in April of 2026?
While there's a lot of things that I don't agree with, right? You have to think about it as in Monopoly or chess. He's someone who is very smart. He knows what to
He's
say, how to say
he's
it,
really not.
and how to do it. Like if you
No,
look at the
no,
oil
man.
and
I'm
what
gonna
happened with
stop you, but I gotta stop you. Time out. I just really want. Okay, let's try to keep it concise, okay? And by the way, I'm not trying to be rude. I mean it. I just
no, not at all.
let's try to hit something. Let's try to hit something quick. What's a thing that he's specifically doing right now that you're like, hey, I support
Mhm.
this thing that he's doing. It's making America better. What's that?
Okay, what's happening with the oil right now? Can you educate me on that?
It,
Do we
are
own
you
the
saying
Venezuelan oil now? Yes. Are the
no?
oil
We
tankers in
don't.
Iran?
No,
Are
we
actually
No,
yes, we
we
do.
don't.
Yes, we do.
No,
we
we actually
own.
don't.
Can you show me the paper that for like the
We don't own
minimum?
them, but we control them. That means the money goes to the U.S. That means that
No,
people
it's
have to use the
not.
U.S.
It's
dollar.
actually
When
going into a, I don't know if you realize this, but the sale of the Venezuelan oil is going into an offshore account. It's not even going into a US bank
Yup.
account or Venezuela's banks. It's going to a completely offshore account.
what offshore account is that? Well, educate
Um,
me on it. I actually didn't
it,
know that. What
okay,
offshore
but
account is that?
again, we'll happily do that. But again, the question for you was, what is Donald Trump doing right now that you support that's directly benefiting the United States of America? And we still haven't gotten an answer to that question.
Well, yeah, like I said, the oil, right? I do think that that is supporting America long term because we're going to have more control over oil. You're not going to have a country like Iran that can just hold an area and say, hey, you can't, import stuff through here.
You mean
That's
like
one
how
thing.
Iran? You mean like how Iran has complete control of the Strait of Hormuz right now and is bottlenecking 20% of the world's oil supply, and prices for a barrel of oil have basically doubled in the last month, and we're all paying about $1 more for a gallon of gas, and that even if the war ends tomorrow across the board,
Mhm.
that price isn't going to go down anytime soon, and we're looking at an insane amount of money, not just for oil, but also for natural gas, because LNG
Yes.
powers so much electricity. Like that has
Mhm.
completely screwed us on energy costs now,
Absolutely.
not just for right now, but for years. So even if
Mhm.
what you were saying about Venezuela was true, which by the way it's not because Ari's got it up on the screen, but even if what you were saying was 100% true, it still wouldn't
Mhm.
cancel out the fact that we're completely fucked for energy costs on the other end of this.
Short term, yes. Long term, no. And the
Oh my
reason
God.
being is, and
Fucking
well, no,
1
it's serious. It's
second.
short
Oh
term
my God.
pain for long term gains. At the end of the day, a year from now, 2 years from now, when we have full control over Iran, when we have full control over the Venezuelan oil, we will be the number one. Like you're not gonna have you're not gonna have Iran come and say, hey, you have to pay us in Chinese yen, right? So that's one thing
What?
that Trump is trying to control. He's not
What?
necessarily saying,
What?
hey guys, this is going to make your life better now. Hey guys, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, you're not going to have a country like Iran
That?
come and say, hey, well, this is
Hold,
now our oil or we're going to nuke you.
hang on 1 second. That doesn't make any sense. None of what you just said
I came
makes
back to
any
a
sense
wild
whatsoever.
comment at the end there. Holy
What?
shit. Give up your oil or we're gonna nuke you? Has that been said?
I'm very confused.
That is what I
What?
just heard
How?
though, right?
I said, you're not going to have a
Yeah.
country like Iran in 5 to 10 years saying, hey, if you don't follow our rules, we're going to nuke you.
When
That
did
was
Iran
never.
say that?
Yeah.
What?
It's a terrorist organization. I actually have friends that are Iranian. They shoot you on the street if you don't agree with what they say. You
The
can't protest on the
Wow.
diaspora?
street. Well, I'm just saying. So Trump is helping that long term.
The
If the
diaspora?
president of a, what was that?
The diaspora? Your friends are a part of the diaspora?
No, they're from Iran.
Do
So they're
they, where
part
do
of the
they live?
diaspora.
Didn't ask, but they're from Iran, and they've told me stories.
Where do they live?
That that doesn't have anything to do with this.
It, uh,
They live in Iran. I don't know where in Iran. I
No,
can ask
yeah,
them.
you
But
said
at the
you
end of the
didn't
day,
ask like before then. Before you just said like it took you a moment to be like, "Oh, I guess they live in Iran, but I don't know where exactly in Iran they live." When you already said, "I never asked them where they lived." You
yeah,
are
I
aware
don't know
that
where in
like,
Iran. Listen,
oh,
here's the thing.
okay.
You're just trying to
How do you
say
talk
I'm
to them?
wrong
They don't
because I
have
know it's
internet.
right.
How do you talk to them when they don't have internet?
They live in the U.S. now.
Oh,
They used to
there
live in
we
Iran,
go.
and then
Thank
moved here.
you. Thank you. So the
Mhm.
diaspora.
The part of the diaspora. Okay, we got that.
Oh God, damn, fucking God, fucking damn it.
Okay.
I mean, they shoot you on
And
the they
do
shoot
you
you on the
disagree
street
with
in
what
America.
I'm saying
I mean, they
in the sense
no, I
of
mean, but just to clarify, they shoot you on the street in America if you don't agree with your shit too. I mean, that's what we're doing now here. So, kind of the thing, you know.
well, no, in the U.S. you have the right to bear arms, and that's not something that they can ever take from us, right?
Really,
So they're not going to be
you
able
should
to come
probably
and
tell
mass shoot people.
you should probably tell Alex Preddy that. But oh well.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I do have a question too about taxes because you guys were talking about taxes earlier. Can you tell me a little bit more about what you guys dislike about taxes?
But what we dislike about what?
Yeah, with Trump and
What?
taxes, you guys were
I
talking
need
about
the
it
more
earlier.
the mystery board behind my head, and I need to start. Yeah, you know what? Maybe that should be my next actual prop is just have a mystery board and start connecting the yarn when we go
You
new
do that
That
places.
would be
like
great.
Charlie from Always
No, but
Sunny.
you
Yeah.
mentioned you didn't something about taxes and Trump.
Oh, you you need to be you got to be a little more specific. What exactly would you like to talk about?
What do you not like about Trump's policy in terms of taxes? Maybe that will get us more.
They favor the ultra wealthy in a way that is incredibly detrimental to the middle and lower class.
Agreed. And I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Do you have your own business?
I do actually.
Okay. Do you write off taxes? Do you have things that you write off?
I do have things that I write off. Yes.
Okay. You writing things off, does that make you selfish that you're not paying tax? Or does that make you smart
You're
for
trying
using
to.
the
I'm
tax
going to stop
code?
you. I'm going to stop.
And
Time out. Time out. I'm going to stop you right now. Writing things off legally with the tax code as a business owner is not illegal. It is totally fine. When you are ultra wealthy, okay, and you pay an effective tax rate like Elon Musk did over a 4-year period of 3.27%, while the rest of us are paying an effective federal tax rate of around 13 or 14%, that's not right. That's not fair. I'm not talking about using the tax code and taking deductions. I am talking about not paying your fair share. Do you or do you not think that Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg should be paying the same effective federal tax rate that the rest of us do? Do
I'll
you
ask
think
you a
that?
question.
No. I asked
Elon
you a
Musk,
question. No. I need you to answer
I
my question
actually
first.
don't. I don't.
No.
And I'm
Okay.
going to
So
tell you
you
why.
don't think that
And
they?
I have a
Okay.
really
Got
good
it. So
reason.
so
I have a
you're
really
a
good
simp
reason.
for billionaires. Got it. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, but I'll tell you why.
Yeah. You
Elon
are.
Musk, okay, if he was to pay the extra 5% to the government, which is going to be a couple billion, okay,
Yeah.
would you
It
prefer
is.
that couple billion going towards the United States government where, who knows,
Yes, I
they
do.
spend it wherever the fuck
Yes,
they
I
want?
do. Yes, I do.
Or
Yes, I
it
do.
goes to
Or
Elon Musk, who
it goes
created
to Elon Musk where
hundreds
he
of
holds
jobs
it
and
in
new
it
technology.
No.
wrong. Because what Elon Musk does is Elon Musk puts it in a fucking account somewhere, or he puts it back into his company, and then
He
he
hoards it.
fires 1,200 of his workers. He hoards his wealth. And by the way, how many billions of dollars has he gotten from the U.S. government in fucking contracts and grants? You do realize that Tesla would have been bankrupt if it were not for the U.S. government. Same with SpaceX. You know that,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cool. So
And
then why?
absolutely. But
Sorry.
the issue I
how,
have,
how
like,
far has
pause for a
how far
second.
has Tesla and
Okay.
SpaceX
So anyway, My issue when somebody brings up Elon Musk is they obviously don't know what his companies do when they hire people. They make anybody that is hired
Well, they make you
by
work like a slave,
no, that's not even where I was going.
uh,
They
but
make
it's very
so anyone that is hired on by one of Elon Musk's many companies like SpaceX or Tesla, right, is they make the employees sign an intellectual property agreement where if they've created anything while they've been employed there, it automatically becomes the property of Elon Musk and whichever company that he's with. He's literally stolen the ideas of his employees for people, unfortunately, that didn't read the fine print of the intellectual property agreement. Because
Mhm.
unfortunately, there are so many people that don't read it. And when you are just trying to get a job to make sure that you can still feed yourself and your family, it's
How
taking
many people have great
advantage.
ideas every day? Hundreds. How many people take actions on those ideas? Very few. That's why there's very few successful business owners and there's very few successful inventors because a lot of people have ideas but don't take action on them. What Elon Musk does is saying, hey, you have an idea? Cool. That's your job. That's what I'm paying you for. He's paying them for their ideas. So he's a very smart person to take their ideas and actually make something
And he
of them.
makes the
I have a lot of
profit
great
of it.
ideas.
Sir, pause. He makes all of the profit of it for none of the work and none of the cost. The employee that had
If
the
you have
idea
someone
doesn't get
editing your videos
royalties.
and they
Sir,
have a great idea and make that video amazing and perform well and you make all that money, does that make you selfish and greedy for making all that
I make
money?
my
Or
own
does that
videos,
just
so I
make you,
couldn't even tell you what you're talking about there.
well,
Anyway, the point is, like, I don't
Mr.
think
Beast, he has people coming up with ideas for his videos. Does that make him selfish and this and that for stealing other people's ideas? Or is that just their job?
you're
And he
really
also
not
has
listening.
in their contracts not to
Yeah,
copy other
so
people's
that's the
ideas.
problem with here I'll help you out with something. That's my problem with fucking capitalism. If it was actually a socialist system when it comes to raising money, then it would be an equal share of the profit.
So if everyone is the
Thank you
same,
for
would we have a running
disclosing my
economy?
entire issue that I have with fucking capitalism, especially
Yes,
end
but if
stage
we don't have
capitalism.
workers, we're not going to have an economy. If you don't have people
They
working at
would still be
McDonald's, if you don't have
working,
people
Pookie,
working
in a
at
socialist
Walmart,
ideology where the workers own the mean of production and everything shared. Even if we just do it on a money standpoint when it comes to socialism and working, it would be so much
but that
better.
wouldn't work.
Hi, I know
That wouldn't
because I
work.
because
actually
Everyone
work
would be
I
lazy.
actually work for a
People
actually,
would just not
social
work.
actually,
economy based like I actually work for a company that pays
caller,
their
yeah,
employees based off of a socialist
yeah.
structure.
Caller, you don't understand what Ari is saying. See, what socialism actually is, because you don't understand socialism. What socialism is, it's the workers own the means of production. So last year, 2025, instead of Tesla reducing its workforce by 22% at the same time that it gave Elon Musk and it voted in a ready for this? A $1 trillion pay package over the next 10 years. Okay. So it reduced its own workforce by 22%, saying, sorry, guys, can't pay you, can't keep you guys on. But oh, by the way, Elon, we're going to give you $1 trillion over the next decade. What could have happened is that money could have gotten reinvested into Tesla. All of those people could have probably kept their jobs, and Tesla could have probably, oh, I don't know, built new factories and innovated and given more people jobs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They could have given bonuses to all of their employees, who in turn would have done shit like gone out and stimulated the economy, unlike Elon Musk, who is literally just going to sit on that fucking money or give it to people like Donald Trump, who's going to just sit on the fucking money. That's the only thing that's happening
Yes.
here. Yep, that's it, because we
Yes.
know that trickle
Can you
down
explain to me a
doesn't
little more?
work
Because I
because we
actually
have
don't
40
understand
years,
what you
because we
said.
have
Can you
40 years,
explain it to
because
me a
we
little
have
better?
40 years, because we have 40 years of data and studies that show trickle down economics doesn't work. And since we know that trickle down economics doesn't work, you saying, boy, we should really give this money to somebody like Elon Musk because he'll make jobs happen, he'll do this, he'll do that, is bullshit. It doesn't happen, which is why it would be better to give that money to the workers, the people doing the actual work, because it is proven that they're the ones who will spend the money, who will put it back into the economy. So at the same time that Tesla reduced its workforce by 22%, Elon Musk made hundreds of billions of dollars.
Yes. So when those workers spend more money in the economy, wouldn't that make
What
more
workers? The
money for
ones that
people
were
like
just
Elon
laid
Musk?
off and fired, and the people that are not getting a raise because Elon Musk and his board approved him having $1 trillion salary, sir?
This
What
isn't
money are
about
the laid
Elon Musk.
off? What
This
money
is
is
about
20%? What money
100%.
is 20% of Tesla and Elon Musk companies' workforce supposed to be spending when they've been laid off? What money are the employees supposed to be spending when they're not getting a pay raise anywhere close, not even a fraction of percentage to match anywhere close to his money?
Mhm. Listen, I'm someone who believes and says the U.S. is the best place for anyone who has nothing can come, build a business, make something great, right? And a business owner should not be punished
Objection,
for
relevancy.
their business decisions. Well, I was going to continue. A business owner should not be punished for their business decisions and how they conduct business just because they have a lot of money.
Motion
At the
to
end of the
strike,
day,
witness
it's
is
a
unresponsive.
what?
Motion to strike, witness is unresponsive.
Objection
Unresponsive. I'm
granted.
here.
It'd be motion granted, but yeah,
Oh yeah,
you should know
motion.
this.
Right.
Sorry, I did know. Yeah, damn it. Well, you're objecting. You're objecting.
No, I said
You're-
motion to
yeah.
strike, witness
I mean, you're
is
motion. Well,
unresponsive.
you would say objection, motion to strike. That's what I mean. That would be. Anyways, whatever. We're in the weeds.
But
Sustained.
what I'm trying to get to is sometimes having more money for the people that are higher up is better because the right people will create more jobs, right?
I love
More
how y'all
jobs
just
equals
simp
more
for the
economy. And sometimes
billionaires.
paying people, most people spend their money very stupidly. They'll just go out and buy stuff versus investing, saving, being smart with their money, right? So what most billionaires do, millionaires do, they're there for a reason because they know how to invest, they know how to save, and they know how to grow. Whether that's buying more real estate, whether that's putting it back in their companies, whether that's even putting it back in their pockets, they earned
all
it
they
because
do.
of all the risk and the sacrifice that they've done, right? They're a billionaire for
No,
a reason.
I don't know if you
There's
realize
there's
this,
a
but
very small
CEOs
percentage.
that are hired on, especially from outside of the company, didn't earn it, sir. They were hired on and then they were giving a pay set based off of what the board approves. They're earning money based off of the workers' backs. They didn't earn it themselves.
Okay, and why is there a problem in
Yeah,
that?
relations. That's funny. I love Ryan. Why is there a problem with them?
They're in the
You do
position they're in for a
realize,
reason.
dude, you do realize that all that billionaires do is they just put their money into offshore trusts, into shell corporations. They have private foundations. It's all tax avoidance. Like, you started off this conversation about taxes asking me as a business owner about if I do write-offs and deductions legally. Like,
Yeah.
sure I do. But you know what I'm not doing? I'm not taking the little bit of profit that my business manages to make and putting it in offshore accounts. When you have billions of dollars and you're trying to hoard your wealth, that's what they're doing. You can look up where their money is going. That's the problem. That's why people like Kamala Harris or Elizabeth Warren or different people have said, hey, what we need to do is we need to tax unrealized gains on people who are making insane amounts of money, because it's one of the few ways that we might be able to get taxes on these people who don't show true income in the same way that you do or that I do or anyone else does. That's the way that we could do it, because what they're doing is they're just taking billions of dollars and they're throwing it out. They're the ones doing the actual insane tax loophole shit that we should try to close. And you're sitting there like, this is a good thing. They're not putting their money back into the economy. They're offshoring it.
Or they're reinvesting it into the stock market so that they don't have to show a gain.
So what do you guys think we can do
to combat this? I'm curious.
Change the
Here's the
tax
thing. I'm
code.
having a very good conversation. Like, I'm not like, oh, I hate you guys or like, well, I'm against you guys. Like, honestly, I've learned some stuff, and you guys have changed my perspective on a couple of things, and I like that. You know, what do you guys think we can do to combat this?
That's actually, hold on, this is a good question. Did you say that don't give money to the workers because they'd spend it irresponsibly?
Yes, majority of people are broke because they don't know how to save and spend their money,
I missed
and they
that.
just complain.
I didn't hear that. I missed that.
But like I said, I asked for a solution. Like, what do you guys think we could do
Yeah,
to
I
fix
said change the tax
the problem
code.
that's going on?
Change the tax code,
How would you
especially
change
for
the
the
tax code?
corporations. Limit their loopholes. If somebody actually goes in and audit the books, maybe audits need to be turned into the IRS when companies have an audit of their actual financial system. Maybe that should be turned over to the IRS when that occurs so that they can then match it up alongside their tax returns. And because, taxes can be audited for 5 years back.
And I'm going to ask you a great question. If you do that, how many companies are going to move from the U.S. to outside of the U.S. so that they can save money on taxes?
None.
None of them.
None.
All of them.
That's
Zero.
your assumption. See, here's the best part. Like here, I love when people say silly stuff like this, is because when we had a tax rate of 87% in the United States, not the effective tax rate, the actual just flat tax rate, for corporations, none of them left. In fact, more came in because we have been the highest GDP in the world for a while. And that shows that people want to spend money. So when it shows that we have a consumer economy, because that's what the United States is a consumer economy, they want to spend the money. There's a reason why they come here. There's a reason why they sell their products here. They're not going to go anywhere. They actually, that's a good point, DeMarco. They spend more money, especially with tariffs, right? Shipping things back to the United States. I mean, they do that anyways with the duties that they have to pay.
Yeah.
Ari.
No,
What's
you
up?
have a good point there.
Well, Ari, so I live in Massachusetts. And do you know what we did in 2022, Ari?
I do know what you've told me this before, but I want you to share it with the class.
Sure. We voted in a what's known as a wealth tax. Do you know about this, caller?
Oh, I don't.
If you don't, it's okay. I was just asking because I wasn't going to repeat myself. But basically, it's a 2% tax on anyone who makes over $1 million a year in income, not net worth. But if you make over $1 million a year in income, you get an extra 2% tax. Now, what do you think has happened?
Make less money.
What's that? What's that?
I'm gonna get to 800,000. I'm like, all right, no more money, no more.
Yeah, sure. You're just gonna you're gonna stop making money, right? I'm sure that's exactly what.
I don't want to,
yeah.
All
right, sure. Yeah, because you don't want to pay the 2%. You're going to stop making additional money. That's exactly how all people think. That's wild. You clearly have never owned a business. Anyways. Caller. Okay. So anyways, caller, I want you to tell me what's happened in the last 4 years in Massachusetts in terms of millionaires here. Have millionaires left?
No idea.
What do you think?
I would assume not, because they're not going to pick up their business and go over 2% because it's negligible. The cheapest loan right now is 5%. So
well, wait a second.
Again,
hold on. But you're saying, you were just saying that businesses, if they're taxed more, or people, if they're taxed more, are just going to get up and go? Or is the truth of the matter that that's actually not what's going to happen? Because here in Massachusetts, what we've done is we've raised an additional $6 billion in tax revenue. We have free college for all residents. You can go to free 2-year college and get community college. All kids can get breakfast and lunch free at all schools. Most school supplies are paid for all school kids. We're number one in education. We're number one in healthcare. And we're number one or number two, depending on who you look at, in terms of quality of life in America. And by the way, we had 440,000 millionaires in 2022. And as of last year, we had 610,000 millionaires in Massachusetts.
Wow, that's amazing.
These
The question
taxes,
I
these
have
taxes do nothing. These taxes do nothing but improve people's lives. And if you make over $1 million in income, you don't fucking care about the 2% that you're paying.
Well, here's the thing, though. It adds up, and that's what people don't understand. They look at 2% on $1 million, cool. But then look at 2% on $1 billion. That's a lot of money, right?
Except
so
for the
that's
fact
why
that what
the
you're doing,
ultra
except for the
wealthy
no, dude,
percentages
dude, I
matter.
gotta stop you. I've got to stop you
It's
because
just
what
a
you're
drop in the
doing,
bucket.
yeah, exactly, because it's the same because it's all relative. It's just like 2% of $100, 2% of $1,000, 2% of $1 million, 2% of $1 billion. It's relative because it's what you're working with. If you're Elon Musk, 2% of $1 billion is nothing to you. It is literally the money that falls out of your fucking pocket when you're going to pay for a coffee. That's nothing. But if you're someone else, 2% of $1,000 could be all the money that they have in their entire bank account at one point in time. It's relative.
How much is 2% of $1 billion?
What's
I'm
that?
curious. I just want to know the number.
How much is what?
2% of
you're
$1 billion.
breaking up. Ari, I can't hear him. What is he saying?
Oh,
I
he said how much is 2%
of $1 billion?
of $1 billion? I believe that's what, 20
Oh,
million?
that's $20 million.
$20 million. Cool.
Yep.
Now, if
And
you're
that's
paying
nothing.
an extra $20 million on top of the taxes that you're already paying because you're making more money, do you think that, like, for me, I never understood the fact that the more money you make, the more taxes you have to pay. Because all that would do is it wouldn't.
Oh my God.
If
want
it,
you to make more money.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
look at
if
this
it
from people who are making 6
disincentivized
figures
somebody,
and
here, I'm going to
7
help you out
figures.
with something. If it disincentivized people to stop making more money, then why do we have billionaires and trillionaires right now? Why do we have corporations that make millions of dollars every single year right now? And they still exist and they're
Because
still
the tax
continuing to
they
make
don't pay as
profit.
much taxes. The person that pays the most taxes and gets F the most is W-2 workers. We all know this because with 1099,
Because the rich aren't paying their fair share, my guy.
Okay, so a better way to go about it is saying,
When's the
how
last
can we make
did
the
Elon
W-2
Musk pay
employees-
you to glaze his taint so much?
No,
Man, you should get paid for
like
that.
business. And you know what?
You
Maybe
should
he
get
did.
paid for
Maybe
that,
he
my
gave
guy.
me 2% of his $1 billion. But
Yeah,
what I'm
he's not gonna
saying
give
is
you
W-2
anything.
employees pay the most, and their taxes go up with time, right? So if you're making $100,000 a year, you're going to be taxed higher if you're making $250,000 a year. I believe that if you make
Yeah.
more money, you shouldn't be taxed a higher percentage.
I always find it interesting how people say
imagine
these
you're
things,
working
but there are
harder,
so
you're
many
being
millionaires,
smart.
so many billionaires that are willing to pay more in taxes. What's the guy's name? Mark Cuban, is that who it is?
Yeah.
Mark
Mark
Cuban had said that he wanted to pay more in taxes, but they needed to change the tax code in order for it to actually happen. So, like, there are so many people that are millionaires and billionaires that are making the money that say, I want to pay more. Warren Buffett, there's so many of them, but we're not actually changing the tax code to account for that. I'm sure there are going to be shady people like Elon Musk who won't do it, and that's fine. These are the people that hoard this wealth are also the reason why we have people that starve to death throughout the world and including in the United States. We have about
And something for you to know, and
253,000.
for
We have
all the
about
listeners to know, too.
253,000 people that die of malnutrition in the United States every single year.
Yes, ma'am.
And
And
all of
something for
this
you to
could
know
be
and for all the
avoided if
listeners
they
to know that
actually did something instead of hoard their wealth. In order to become a billionaire, you literally have to step over the backs of other people.
yes, and that's exactly what I was saying. The difference between a
That's not
millionaire and a
what you were
billionaire
saying.
is
You
being a
literally
billionaire.
said,
Being
and thank you,
that's exactly what I was about
I
to say.
can't say
Being a
your name right.
millionaire is very easy,
You're a broken
but being a
record,
billionaire,
and you're the one who said that we shouldn't give money to the workers, aka you, because people spend it irresponsibly. So by your own logic, you shouldn't continue to
if
receive
I'm
any
working
money.
for someone, if I'm working for
By
someone,
you've
and
already proven that you don't
most likely,
work, you are not a business owner. You've proven that with your words, because I also agree with Matt as somebody who also does this, right?
yeah, if you think I'm not, if you
Yeah,
think I'm not a business
you're
owner,
not
that's
a
fine. I'm not
business
here to
owner,
prove
which
anything.
means you are the worker
That's
bee,
fine.
and according to your own statement,
Yes,
you don't deserve to get paid more money because you're going to spend it
yes,
irresponsibly.
correct. Majority of
Awesome.
people,
I'm so glad we
and
can
I
agree.
believe this cold heart.
I can't anymore. So guys, if you are a Trump voter, feel free to call on that number. I'm going to do a quick promo here, a quick little promo for all of us, right? Guys, we are live on 3 different applications on 2 different platforms. All right. So we're here on TikTok. Y'all are doing great. Keep tippy tapping that screen. Can we clear out the gift goal? Be sure to touch my gift gallery, light up Matt's gift gallery. Do not forget about Matt being on the panel. Pay links are in bio for anybody that sends them. Thank you, Tyler, for the 10 saying for the emotional labor fee. If you are watching over on YouTube or Twitch, we have bits, subscriptions, memberships all available, and super chats. And I haven't seen that many super chats come through, but be sure to hit that subscribe button at the top or that follow button, depending on which platform you are on. It's really important to do because it helps push us out. If you guys are enjoying what Matt has to say, we'll have him on screen the next time he's on with me. Be sure to check out the link in the description of the YouTube video that you are on and hit follow. It's Politics with Matt, all one word.
This is how Ari maintains control. She was like, "Oh, I couldn't get it done. I'm gonna keep you. I'm gonna have to keep you small." This is guys. This is how she does it.
What? That's rude. No, I just didn't have the time to get it all set up. And then somebody said something last night and it was like, ooh, idea. Let me ask this person because the other one didn't have a suggestion. So I asked 2 different people to get ideas.
No, it'll be fine. Next time we'll be all set. Same with me, guys. If you're over on my tube, you can offer a super chat up. That's fine. Links to support myself and Ari are down in the description. Just like you can find those links in the bios over here on TikTok, you can find them down in the description there. I'm really glad that we're getting those taps up over here on the Tiki Talks. Somebody on my tube said, "Can confirm number isn't real." That's weird because where are these people calling in from? That's wild.
Did you make sure that you had the number right? Like I have typed it down wrong before on a stream when I changed my stuff.
No, it's this video. It's the stream video. So it's literally you right now.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Ooh, thank you for the meteor shower.
Pretty.
Guys, just sincerely don't forget about Matt. I don't want to be that asshole. Okay? Don't make me that asshole. I'm gonna try to take the next call. Hi, how are you? Hello. Okay. I am dealing with somebody sitting there. Thank you for calling the stream. Hello? Sorry for any headphone users. Thanks for calling the stream.
Oh my God, are you insane? Let me turn my YouTube off. You're insane.
Do you want to
Can you hear me?
effectuate that? How old are you?
What's that? I'm 56.
Okay. You want to effectuate
So
that?
you're saying Mark Cuban would pay more money if the government would just take it.
Yeah, that's how taxes work.
Get her. Well, why not just donate it to them?
You literally can't.
If he's that intent on spending his money for the government, then just donate it.
You literally can't.
Oh, come on. And you're talking about giving it to the workers. Well, there you go. If Mark wants to get rid of his money, Mark could get rid of his money. You know what Mark's problem is? Mark's full of shit.
Okay.
So is Jeff Soros and the rest of them. No,
Okay.
who takes the blow if business goes in the tank?
Uh-huh.
Who takes a beating? It's Mark
You
Cuban,
tell me.
not the worker.
Oh, okay.
It's
I mean,
not the
they're
people that
saying
lose
that they
their
should give
jobs.
more money.
And
Why?
by the way, you know that people like Mark Cuban have done shit like when he sold the Mavericks. You know that he gave out $35 million in
Well, that's
bonuses
great for him.
to excuse me,
It's great for
bud.
him.
Will you
But
excuse me, sir? Will you
but
Will you let me finish this? Excuse me, sir. Will you let me finish the sentence, please? I appreciate it. I understand that you're a little bit upset, but let's calm down, okay? Relax, take a breath, and allow me to finish the sentence. Thank you.
go
When
ahead.
Mark Cuban, thank you. When Mark Cuban sold the Mavericks in 2024, he gave $35 million in bonuses to some of the lowest of the low. He did the same thing when he sold his first company, Micro Solutions. He did the same thing when he sold Broadcast.com. When he sold Broadcast.com, there were 330 employees. Do you know how many of those 330 employees became instant millionaires? 300 of them. Mark Cuban puts his money where his mouth is. He's still a billionaire, and I'm sure that he's done some shit that none of us would like. I'm not saying he's perfect, but he at least puts his money where his mouth is in terms of giving back to people around him and to the employees that helped make his companies very wealthy.
Okay, this isn't about Mark Cuban. This is about millionaires.
Seems like it because you brought up Mark Cuban right away, sir. So if you want to talk about Mark Cuban, maybe you should get your facts fucking right.
Are you going to let me talk sometime tonight?
Maybe you should get your facts
you
straight,
want me to
sir.
call in?
Sir,
Seems like you're a little upsetty spaghetti.
you called already,
Upsetting
like,
spaghetti. Wow, that's great.
yeah,
You
sir.
should be syndicated.
Yep. Sounds cool. Sir, you're the one,
But,
like, that came. You
well,
called
yeah,
and
because
you
it's
were
like
already
you're just so
mad.
full of shit, and it's like law
Yeah,
to you people.
I know. You were
You're full of
already
shit, and it's like
hysterical.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk is such a
Oh, are you
dirtbag.
the one that left that comment on my video? Did you, like, leave the live to make a 3-paragraph comment on a video without giving me a TLDR? Because I need a TLDR. I'm going to tune you out immediately.
No, that
Crying
wasn't
about
me.
Elon Musk. Oh, okay. Just want to point that out. That
That
was
wasn't me.
hilarious. Somebody literally left the live to go leave a 3-paragraph comment on my video. I posted a screenshot in my Discord server if anybody wants to join. Yes, see, I did say he's hysterical.
Why
By
the
the way, are you
animosity towards Elon Musk?
are you even a Trump voter?
You're
Me?
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud Trump voter.
Oh, okay. I just making sure.
I'll
Cool.
tell you what, if he finds a
How
way
do
to
you
run
feel
in
about
2020,
Donald
which I'm
Trump?
sure he does,
How do you feel about Donald Trump doubling his wealth while he's been in office just so far this term?
show me a politician who has it.
A
Remember Nancy
politician who
Pelosi?
has it?
Remember
Oh,
how
Nancy
about
Pelosi
AOC?
can fuck all the way off,
AOC was
dude.
a bartender when she came into office.
Sir,
A bartender.
sir, I like how you're like not listening. I said Nancy Pelosi could literally fuck all the way off, my guy. Like you think you're getting somewhere with that? You're not. It's quite weird for people to be
It's
like, oh
all of
no,
them.
Nancy Pelosi. This is why I personally support the Honest Act that fucking Josh Hawley introduced into Congress, yet it hasn't moved anywhere in the Senate. The Josh
Wasn't
Hawley
it
Act
Trump
that
who
Donald Trump still
introduced
hasn't
that
said that
bill?
he actually endorsed it yet. It took him a year and a half to actually say, you know what, pass the act in Congress at a State of the Union. But he didn't even say the right name. It was so interesting. It took him a year. And Josh Hawley had to carve out a special section into the bill so that it wouldn't apply to Donald Trump, so that he would endorse it a year later after it was introduced. Donald Trump doesn't
What is this?
care.
What is this? What is this bill?
Oh, it used to be called the Pelosi Act.
And that's about playing the stock market while you're in office.
Correct. As in, no politician, once they are elected, are able to invest in the stock market. None of their family can either. They have to divest it off, everything like that. It's S1498, halting ownership in non ethical stock transactions, AKA the Honest Act. Right? And yet it still hasn't been moved to the Senate floor for a vote. Every Republican on the committee, except for Josh Hawley, the one who introduced it, voted against it, but every Democrat voted for it. And even Nancy Pelosi endorsed the bill prior to her even announcing her retirement when it was introduced into the Senate, saying, bet, do it. I think that's great, right? Because she would have had to either divorce her husband, or her husband would have had to find a different job as a venture capitalist in order
Or like
to
a drunk
not.
driver or something. Maybe he could find a job as a drunk driver.
You're doing so great right
I
now.
don't. But
You're
here's the
doing
thing:
so
it
great.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's the stock market or whatever. When they
You know
go
what
into
I found
office,
funny,
they got X
Matt,
amount of dollars.
is when
But when they come
they
out
were
of office,
arguing
they
against
have
that
so
in
much
committee.
more.
What
Wow.
I found hilarious was Rick Scott. You know who Rick Scott is, right, Matt?
Oh, I do.
And unfortunately, he's my senator in Florida. It's honestly unfortunate. Rick Scott literally went up on the Senate floor for that committee hearing and was like, it's going to discourage entrepreneurs like myself from entering Congress. And you need us in Congress, us entrepreneurs that already have hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars and just want to make more
I can see
money
his
off
point.
of the American people. It's
I can
just
see his
so
point.
sad. You're going to discourage the entrepreneurs from entering Congress. You know, like me, who stole $400 million from the American taxpayers with a Medicaid fraud and
Well,
still got elected into Congress.
My neighbor was a steel worker.
And was governor of
He
Florida,
decided
too.
to run.
I know, it's
He
disgusting.
decided to run for the Pennsylvania State House of Representatives, just because he didn't think it was being represented right. I mean, he's supposed to take a hit
Cool
now?
story, bro.
That's not even
That's
what we
cool-
said. Wow, like
That's
that was
That's
Well,
nothing
no,
to
you're
do with
saying he
anything.
should just stay poor. You're saying
No.
okay, he goes into the
you
he
make
goes into the House of Representatives,
$157,000 a year in the House of Representatives, $174,000 a year
and
in
you're
the
not
fucking
supposed to want
Senate.
more? You're not supposed to want more? Why wouldn't
Invest
you?
in
You're
your
supposed-
retirement account, you dum dum. Oh, wait,
You're
hold on,
supposed to-
wait. This is great. Weren't you just complaining about Nancy Pelosi making money?
I wasn't complaining. I was just
Then why'd you bring
offering
her up?
well, because I was offering her as someone who did it.
No, she didn't. It was all her husband's.
I don't care that they make
It
money.
Then
was
why'd
her
you bring up
husband,
AOC?
It wasn't
If they're
her.
out there, they're at least doing something.
Okay, wait. So you don't care if politicians make a bunch of money while they're in office?
Interesting.
Is that what
If
you're
they're
saying, sir?
doing
You don't
their
They
care.
job-
should. In
they're
fact, he
doing
said
their
they
job,
should at
no,
this
I
point.
don't
His
care.
friend,
No,
his
sir.
friend
I
should
want
do
it.
it.
Yeah, sir. I don't want a direct answer.
much-
Should politicians
how much
make
does
a bunch of
Obama
money
make
while
since
they're
he
in
retired?
office? Yes or no? Sir, I'd like an answer.
What?
Should politicians be Sir, I'd like a direct answer. Should politicians be able to make a bunch of money while they hold federal office? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Great. I'm so glad that we've established that. So that means you have zero problem with what Nancy Pelosi did, right?
Right.
Okay, great. So then why did you bring it up?
She's talking about.
So why did you
Mark
bring it
Cuban
up?
being such a nice
So
guy.
why did you
She's
bring
talking
it
about Mark
up?
Cuban being-
Who?
I
Why?
did.
I didn't
Why-
say that he was a nice
Cuban-
guy.
Mark-
Offered her as a
Mark
representative
Cuban
of
was
what-
never in the
what she was
federal
talking about.
government, my guy.
Say
Yeah,
again,
and
my
I never
girl?
said that. I literally never said that Mark Cuban was a nice guy. I just used him as an example as a billionaire who is
That's what
willing
I
to
was
pay
doing with
more in
Nancy Pelosi.
taxes.
That's what I was doing with Nancy Pelosi, just using her as an example. Oh my God, you people are
An
freaking
example
insane.
of
And then
what?
you-
What are you
won't
talking? You're
shut
not
up.
making any sense.
You want me to shut up so your point can get across, but you won't shut up and let me make my point. How can I make any sense when every time I start to talk, it's like,
Maybe,
can I get a word
maybe,
in, sir?
perhaps,
Can I get a word in, my guy?
perhaps if
Can
you
I get a
weren't
word
so
in?
emotional right now, we would be able to have a conversation with you, and we wouldn't be having this interruption back
You
and
could
forth
never
that
have
you
a
are doing.
conversation with
I
me because
know.
You're not truthful.
I know
can never have a
you're
conversation with me because you're
emotional
not
and you're
truthful.
hysterical, and it's just kind of
You're damn right I
man.
am. You're damn
It's
right I
your
am. Because your
manosphere is
people
so
are
weird.
ruining our country. Your people are ruining our country.
Who's our people? I have people.
All these woke people like
My
you
people?
and your friends
You're asleep.
out there. ICE,
How are you?
ICE is
I'm
bad.
sorry. Wait, you're asleep right
ICE
now?
is bad.
How are you talking
you know
on the
what I
phone
heard
if
you
you're
talking about?
asleep?
You know what I heard you talking about yesterday?
have
You were talking
Does he have
about
narcolepsy?
that ICE agent
Maybe he
murdered
has-
that lady.
yeah, Ari,
Oh,
that's
wait,
a
no.
real
You were
medical
talking about how
condition.
No, what is
How
it?
that
What is
ICE
it? Is
agent
instead of
murdered
sleep
that lady. He
talking,
didn't
instead of
murder her.
sleepwalking, he's literally sleep dialing and
sleep-
calling on the phone right now.
He
Sleep
didn't
talking?
murder
Is that
her.
what's happening?
He's sleep talking.
It was
Yeah.
He's
self-defense.
sleep talking.
It
It's
was
so
self-defense.
weird.
And
I
he
don't
smoked
even
her.
know like what is he on? And he's like going off on something else. Is he actively sundowning while he's
Do
sleep
you
talking?
remember saying this yesterday?
Maybe there's a
Do you
maybe
remember
we can make
saying
a new
this
term.
yesterday?
It's sleep pivoting. He's sleep pivoting. Is what
Oh,
he's doing.
yesterday. What happened
What's your
yesterday?
name? The female. The female. What's your name?
Who?
The female.
You. What's your
Oh,
name?
Summer, come here. Come here. Come here. I know you're talking about my dog. I know she's so pretty. Come here. Come here.
Anyways,
Oh, she
I
is-
tuned in. It
Come
was
here.
either yesterday
Come
or the day before, and she's
Oh.
going on
Yeah,
about how the ICE
babies.
agent
Who?
murdered
Who?
that lady in the
Who
car.
said that?
That he shot
What's
3
that now?
times.
Who?
The first one was through the
Who?
windshield, and the second 2 were
Who
through
said
the window.
I'm sorry.
And by
Who?
their own rules, that's
Can you
murder.
provide me who?
And it's not murder. She tried to hit him with the car.
Babies.
He did what he had to do.
Huh?
End
Who?
of story.
I'm sorry. Who are you saying said things? I'm still waiting for that answer.
See what you're talking. I mean, see what you're doing here.
I know. I'm just waiting for you to provide me an answer.
This
Who?
is an honest discussion to you. To
This
you, you
is
think that
you're
you're
honest.
doing things appropriately, and you're not. You just do this because it's your platform. You're a schmuck, is what you are. I mean, in
schmuck?
plain English, you're a schmuck.
Who? I'm still waiting for the who. Can you answer that question yet, or is a 3-letter word too difficult for you right now?
What are you talking about? The who?
I'm asking who are you referring to? Do you know what English is?
The ICE agent.
Who? I don't. There's like 50,000 of
See what I
them.
mean? See, and you think this is cute. Your listeners are probably like, oh my God, she's so witty. She is so witty. Look at her. She's got him right where she wants him. Oh my God, she's the greatest. You're a schmuck. You come from a long line of schmucks. Your parents were
Schmuck.
probably schmucks. Florida's stupider for
Schmuckies.
having you live there.
I think Florida's
Wow.
stupider for having Rick Scott, honestly. I stand by that.
Rick
And
Scott's
Ashley
a good
Moody,
man.
she's not
Rick
great.
Scott's a good man.
Rick Scott for defraud. I was actually wrong about the amount. The full audit was
If you
$2.4 billion.
knew anything about
Wait.
anything,
So you
would get
believe
behind
that?
Rick
Hold
Scott.
on. So I just want to make sure I understand your level of what qualifies somebody as good. Stealing money. So fraud makes somebody a good person.
Where's he stealing money?
I already
It's the
explained
lar-
this.
People invent
Were
this
you
shit.
listening?
It's like
Were you
it's like
listening?
Ari-
calling Trump a pedophile. No, I'm not listening.
You know,
because all
Ari,
you're
it's
doing
the
is
largest amount
regurgitating
of-
bullshit.
You know, Ari, it's the largest amount of Medicare fraud in history, if memory serves. So
It
this
is.
guy thinks that committing the largest amount of Medicare fraud in history makes somebody a
You
good
wanna start a
person.
fraud?
Is that
You
what
wanna
you
start a
think, sir?
fraud?
Sir, I asked you a
Minnesota's
question. Is
still
that what you
open.
think?
Minnesota's still
Do
open.
Oh,
you
man.
think, sir?
He heard a
Sir,
buzzword.
sir? My neck hurts from that pivot. I have whiplash. I asked you a question.
I
You
need that
called
word.
Rick Scott a
There you
good
go.
man.
You're so
You
funny.
called
You
called
guys are
Rick
winning
Scott a
it.
good
You play
sir
off each
or
other.
sir
That's just amazing.
sir. Are you okay? I think you might. You might need someone. Do you want us to call somebody for you?
Are you done with your? Can you let
Honestly.
us know when you're done with your mantram?
Did either one of you go to college?
Are you done with your mantram yet? Or are you still
Did either
feeling
one of
all
you
of
go to
your
college?
emotions?
Well, I mean, if you want to hang up on me, go ahead and hang up on me.
No,
I
I'm
don't
just
care.
I'm
It's not
asking
gonna
you
hurt
a
my feelings.
question. Are you done with your mantram yet, or are
Go ahead,
you like?
Go ahead. I'll listen. I'll listen to your question.
Okay, fantastic. Go ahead and ask it again, Matt.
Thanks. Caller, you said that Rick Scott was a good man. He's committed what is the largest Medicare fraud in history, as far as I can remember, $2.4 billion in the state of Florida. You think
Yes.
somebody who commits fraud against
Okay,
the United
what did he
States
do to commit
government is
fraud?
a good man?
What did he do to commit
They,
fraud?
s- He scammed Medicare when he worked for United Healthcare, sir. He
He
was
was
the
the
CEO of
CEO.
United
Yeah.
Healthcare.
Yeah, he was the
He was
CEO.
the
They
CEO
they
of United Healthcare.
purposefully overcharged and overbilled Medicaid, which resulted in a
Okay.
$2.4 billion loss for the Medicaid Medicare system. That's how much they found in fraud. And that was all while he was CEO. And that does, I don't know if you're aware of this, but when an employee does something wrong, right? This isn't just one instance, right? So this is a practice. So when a company engages in a practice, that's the fault of whoever's at the tippy top.
Okay. Now, fraud is
Bad, right?
against the law, right? Right.
Yeah.
Fraud's bad, right? You
Yeah.
go to jail for fraud, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why ain't he in
Well,
jail?
he was actually prosecuted, just so you know. It was
Okay.
his
And what
company
happened?
his company had to pay it back. Well,
Okay,
a
but fraud's against
portion
the
of
law,
it.
right? It's illegal. It's breaking the law, right?
Yeah, that's why he was
Why
sued
didn't
and
he
they had
go
to
to
pay
jail?
restitution.
Why
The
didn't he go to
company
jail?
paid them because they sued the company. The company had to pay the amount
Oh,
back. I'm not
suing
sure
him.
if you're
Suing
familiar
him.
with
See, that's a civil case. That's a civil
sir.
case.
No,
That's
it's not.
not
No,
against the
actually,
law.
sir, it
That's
was
not-
No,
that's
sir,
not
it was a criminal
criminal.
case. No, sir, it was a criminal case. I'm not sure if you're familiar how these
Then
things
why
work.
didn't he go to
They-
But
jail?
what they
They
did was,
pled out.
I'll explain to you. They came to a settlement so that no one would need to go to jail, but the government still got the money back because the most important thing to the government was getting the money back. As often happens in many white collar crime cases, if they can get the money back, that is oftentimes more important than simply sending someone to jail, because white collar often involves wealthy white guys, and they really just don't send wealthy white guys to prison.
Oh, white guys.
Yeah.
White
Also,
guys.
it's
There
kind
it
of hard
is.
to put a
There it is.
corporation in jail.
How? Well, no, we're talking about Rick Scott. Why isn't he? He's not a corporation. I remember
Okay.
you
So
saying
cool.
the guy at the tipping.
Okay. I think I've let you like scream and have your mantra. So let me know when you're done talking. Okay. I'm gonna wait for that bar to stop moving, and while you're still throwing your mantra, because I'm gonna have a task for you when I take you back off of mute. Okay. And I think it should be easy. I want you to reiterate exactly what Matt told you happened. What was the agreement? You're off
I
mute.
understand what Matt's saying.
No, I said that's not what I said. This was a task. I asked you to reiterate. I want to make sure you heard and absorbed it all the way in. So you're muted again until you stop. Sir, as long as your bubble is like going really big, yeah, thank you. So now I want you to reiterate what Matt said.
You just want to talk all this shit about.
That's not reiteration. So now that is strike 2. You're going to be on your 3rd strike now. So you ready for this? We're going to try this one more time. When you're done with all of your screaming and the bubble stops moving, sir, the bubble gets really big when you yell. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Now I want you to reiterate what Matt said.
He's saying that they made a deal. I get that.
Okay. So then why
if
did
he-
you ask again? Then why did you repeat yourself and ask, why isn't he in jail? When it was perfectly explained to you very well, very eloquently, and you have now made the assertion and the claim, and you've restated it, basically saying that you understood it. So why would you repeat the dumb question?
No, I don't understand it.
Okay. So now he doesn't understand it. So that means he didn't absorb it. He did not comprehend it, even though it was very well stated, very well explained, that I think even a 10-year-old could understand it. So what you're saying is that you are not smarter than a 5th grader.
You make all of these claims, and you think just because you claim it, that's.
It's not a claim when you can find the court cases. You can find a copy of the settlement online.
Yeah.
It's not a claim. See, a claim is something that you can't typically back up or that you're being forced to prove. And again, all of this stuff exists. It's all available to you. You're just choosing not to look, and you're just choosing to throw your mantra.
Part of the settlement was that the company pled guilty to 14 corporate felonies, which is criminal, by the way. 14 corporate felonies And in return for them doing that and paying out restitution, none of their executives were prosecuted. Do you
Ooh.
understand now?
Why not? It was a crime.
It was a deal. It was a settlement. It's how somebody can plead out in court, right? Like
Do you know
you
why they
can.
make deals? Do you know why they make?
No, Mike, because they're guilty. They don't want to pay that. They don't want to go through because it costs money to go through a lawsuit.
Exactly.
Awesome.
the-
So
wants
they're
to
There you
guilty.
go.
all the money.
Yeah.
Neither
Good.
side wants
Good
to pay
job.
all the money and risk losing.
What money? The United States government is an ass out. I'm pretty sure in that settlement that they had to pay for the court costs.
So why didn't they prosecute him to the end?
Because they offered them a way out. You're familiar
Why?
with.
They were asked out.
This guy, is he trolling? He cannot be this unintelligent.
I
swear to
think
God.
he's real. I'm gonna be honest. I do think he's real. I mean, he did bring up something that I said, I don't know, like 2-3 days ago, and seemed very upset about it. It was so far off the point. I think I'm actually going to get.
You just
I think I
irritate me. Both of
am
you
going
irritate
to get. I know you're a fan. It's okay, Pookie. I appreciate you so much. I think I'm gonna get a cork board with some push pins and some yarn, and I'm gonna
tell you where
start
to-
connecting
you where
all
to
of
put
the
the cork.
dots when they go off.
I'll
Just
tell you
like,
right where to
here's we
stick the
started
cork.
in the center. Here's a new topic. Here's a new topic. We're going back to the center,
Okay,
and then
what's the new
here's a new
topic?
topic.
What's the new-
I'm definitely going to do
like it.
that.
Did we
like it.
exhaust? Did we exhaust the Rick Scott angle yet, or are we still on that?
That I wasn't even
I
talking
mean,
to you.
Yeah. Also, sir,
I know,
I mean,
you're
I
sitting
feel
there-
like we
that's how
have
you
exhausted,
play. That's how you
sir.
play.
I do feel like
When
I
you
do
wanna
feel like
make a
we've
point,
exhausted
it's
the.
fine to ask me to be quiet, and I oblige you.
Sir,
I oblige you.
I
I'm
do
quiet when you ask me to.
I do feel like we've exhausted the topic because it seems like you're not going to understand it, despite us having explained it about 6 times now. So it seems like a lost
God.
I
cause.
don't understand it. I disagree.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Anthony, for the 5 saying the Schmuck Fund. LOL. Great show. Love your stream. Guys, friendly reminder, we do have super chats and bits available. Please send me whatever you got. Send Matt whatever you got, and we'll read them out loud.
Speaking of, thank you to Betty for the $2 Canadian. Says Maniac is cross-eyed and foaming at the mouth at the moment.
Yeah.
Also, thank you to John for the headliner for the jewels. Thank you.
Northside says Northside Long Beach. Sorry. Dude has his placenta in a bunch.
That's a good one, Northside Long Beach.
It's a song. Port Manitou of the Week Mantrum. Like, okay, listen, I am not very well versed in music and stuff. Like, as far as what's not rock music, I'm very much in my niche there. But even I know Northside Long Beach is a song.
I don't care.
You seem to have cared that I said it. Oh, aren't you funny? Like, it's
Well, you said
Northside
that
Long
was the
Beach.
call- or
Northside
the,
Long
Is it
Beach.
still a caller? Do you still call them callers, or what do you call them? Viewers? Would it be a viewer?
Huh?
What do you refer to those people as? The people that are typing on the keyboard there. What are they referred to as?
Who?
Watchers? Viewers? The
Who?
people making the comments. What do you refer to them as?
Oh, the people that are in the chat?
Yes, in the chat. What do you refer to them as?
Those are the
Suckers?
viewers.
No, those are the people that send the money in are the suckers. Those are called viewers.
Oh no,
You call
those are
them viewers.
donator. Those are the people that offer like are donating,
Suckers.
and they also
Suckers.
I know that's what
Those are
you
suckers.
want to call them. I'm not
They're
going to call
making-
them
they're
that.
making
They're
you and this other jerk off
that-
a couple of bucks. You're
I
standing on
know
the-
it makes you
standing on
so
the street
upset.
corner
Oh,
panhandling.
guys, that's a great point, guys. If we really want to upset him, can we start the dollar train? I will read out every single
There
thing
you
that
go.
you send me, even if it's
All
just
the
a
listeners
dollar.
send in a dollar.
Yeah,
All your watchers, all
everybody,
your
like,
viewers,
let's
all
start
your-
a dollar train. It's Mermaid
Send in a
RE
dollar.
Zero on all of
Come
the
on,
pay
you-
links.
come on, you idiot.
Politics
Send
with
her in
Matt on
$2.
your pay links, I believe.
Everybody-
Yeah.
Yep.
Go check mine. Yeah.
Yep,
$2
guys,
send in
everybody
$2.
start a dollar
Because you know
train.
what
We'll
you're
read
paid
out
for.
every single one of your comments. He's
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
gonna he's loving them. He in fact
Oh.
suggests sending them.
Yes,
John Deere
yes,
said
send them. I don't
half
care
of
to
chat
comment,
are
so
fat
you
and
gotta read
broke.
comments.
Prove me wrong.
Oh,
Thank you, John.
What?
someone said half the
You're
chat is fat and
awesome.
broke. Prove me wrong. So I guess that
Damn. This is
it's
kind of
it's a
call-out,
waste
guys.
to argue
Hold on. Half the chat-
with hold a
Half
MAGA
the
cultist.
chat
Yeah,
is
he's
fat and broke.
Insane how
You're
emotional
awesome.
men get, not fit for the office. Ooh, I guess that's towards
Damn.
you. You're kind of emotional, which I mean, we knew that already, that you were a little bit.
I would kill people.
That doesn't sound very nice, and that sounds kind of like a threat. You shouldn't say things like that.
That also sounds
I threatening?
very,
Who am I
very
threatening?
emotional.
It sounds very aggressive. Do you think that anger is an
It
emotion?
is very emotional.
You're
Yeah. Do you
awesome.
think that anger is an
Of course
emotion?
it's emotional.
Do you think that?
Anger's
Okay.
an emotion. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Lou
you
said,
dumb shit.
Why did he come in so hot? I don't know, Lou. I wish I knew. Caller is an overweight, red-faced, blubbering
You're
idiot. I think
awesome.
he is at this point, TSMD. Tyler as well says to piss off caller. Choo-choos. That's a choo-choo for the train.
That's amazing.
Alex said caller being a little baby.
James says Republicans don't work, Democrats do. Thank you, James. And then also over on the tube, Mr. Tish says fake number, fake stream, called 15 times, just dialing, costs money on international calls. Thanks for spending more money to tell us that. And then John says Mr. Tish proved he's a broke boy. Can anyone else? Thank you. And then Lynn says, why is MAGA so mad when they get everything they wanted?
I know,
Excellent
right?
point, Lynn.
We have for tolerating the dumb baby. Thank you so much. Coco Daddy says, caller, you're nuts. Wake up. Thank you. Christian as well said, I don't know how you guys do this on a daily split. Thank you for teaching these guys. Split this with Matt. Absolutely, for that I will. Jolie says, this caller needs meds and a psychiatrist. Hannah, please someone come get their drunk uncle. Oh, he's the awkward uncle at the party. I just know it. Oh, goodness. Laura says, just to piss off the little baby boy on the phone, what's that autograph album behind you? Oh, this is Bring Me the Horizon. If that had dropped, that's okay.
Awesome.
Lisa says he needs to calm down, and placenta is murder. Just kidding.
For anybody sending in dollars.
Sylvie said, thank you for the $2 super chat. Says very, very
All right, so somebody's sending
emotional.
money.
Thank you, Sylvie. Thank you. Very emotional.
Acting childish diminishes upfront and a credit. Acting childish diminishes up. I can't read that. Unpoint your point and credibility.
Your point.
Who's acting? Yeah, that's him. 25 for the snowflake caller. Ooh, yeah. Thank you for the gifted membership. From Mark Cuban. Oh, W Mark Cuban. Can we get W Mark Cuban in the chat for donating to me? I appreciate that so much. This caller is an unhinged
Habsburg.
Okay, thank you,
I think
baby.
they meant Habsburg is what they meant.
Habsburg baby, okay.
You're awesome.
Anger is definitely a emotional response to elaboration. Thank you for the $1. I have a story to tell you that I cannot call in for because it says Google subscriber unavailable. Yes, because I'm currently on a call. I hope Ari makes more money than you, caller. Damn. Hold on. We're not done. We have so
wait.
much. Wait,
Even
go
I have
ahead.
more.
You have more
Wait.
too? Jesus.
No, I have more too. Hold on. We gotta split these up. TVL HVT just sent $1. Thank you. Neely, thank you. It says the angriest man on earth.
Jesus.
Thank you to Nala, the $20 super chat. That was so kind. Says MAGA should spend less time online and more time researching what their God is doing. Excellent. And then thank you to Secret Squirrel on the Blue App. Says, how does MAGA go from experts to not knowing a damn thing in the same conversation? I don't know.
Yeah. Tyler, I already read yours. Denise, your show is great. Thank you so much. Caller is so she-emotional. Ooh. Let's see. We had white male fragility is painful to witness. That's towards you. Caller is a delusional stroke in waiting. Ooh, that is true. Somebody, Belchi says, please refer to him as Pookie for the rest of the remainder of the stream. You got it, Belchi. You gotta ask me twice. Okay, Pookie. Baby shark, do. Baby shark, do. This coming from the same group that empires their bank accounts for a billionaire. Who's the real sucker caller? Certainly you. Caller needs to find God. Dude is off his meds. Ooh, that's probably
You
true.
know how many?
I
The,
need to
the
say
10
thank you to
richest, the
Tiffany
10
on the
richest
green
men
app.
in
It says
America. How many of them are
the
Democrats?
Twitch chat enjoys the angry chipmunk shouting. Thank you, Tiffany. And Amanda says this is the male version
Are
of
you still in
your
this
last
conversation?
caller
Or is this
last
freaking
night.
out?
Oh
Yes,
my God.
yes,
You had
Amanda.
a woman crash out on you?
Done?
I'm gonna
Ooh,
send
it's
you.
not
I'll send
done.
you a clip. I
All
got
right.
you.
I got you. James says,
You're
thank you,
weak.
guests, for proving yet again that MAGA are second class citizens compared to the rest of us. Whoa, that's a hard hitting one. And we got a few more. Caller needs to go back and watch all of 2015, 2016 Trump campaign videos. Trump has turned into everything he was originally against. Sad to see as the US now looks worse than ever. Truth. And then lib tears have nothing on what caller is bringing. Oh, that's actually probably the best one. Yeah, he ran off. For Ari and Matt, please put towards the schmuck fund. Yeah.
Real quick.
God damn.
Thank you to Melvin for the super chat. It says my pre-K kids would say, "Why so mad? Does he need time out with the whoopee?"
Oh my God,
Um,
that's
That's amazing. Thank you, Melvin. It's so very cute. And thank you to TVL HVT again for the dollar no message, but thank you. Thank you to Thick with the message. Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend. Darth Plagueis was a Dark Lord of the Sith, so powerful and wise he could use the Force to influence the midichlorians to create life.
oh
Thank
my
you, Thick.
goodness. And Veronica give this mangry MAGA a baby bottle. I agree. Wow, guys, thank you guys. Somebody said, how was this guy still screaming? I don't know. Showed up late to the party. You still made it.
You're awesome.
MAGA men and women live in a delusional world. I agree. Okay, we do have to move on to another caller, guys. Be sure to hit that follow or that subscribe button if you are still here after witnessing that that absolute just crash in and out. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome.
Hello?
How old are you?
Hello?
Okay, bye. Hello? Take that as a no. Thank you for calling the stream.
Hi,
Hi, how old are you?
Awesome.
19.
Are you still supporting Trump?
No, because he's betrayed what MAGA
awesome.
was all about.
I would agree with you there, so I appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 57.
Uh-huh. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. What's your year of birth?
1958.
Incorrect. That would make you a lot older than 57. Oh, you hung up on your own. That's the best part.
That would make him the same age as my parents.
Yeah. How old are you? Oh, sorry. Hi, caller. How are you there?
Me personally, I think Kim Jong-un has a big yacht.
He might actually. Hi, how are you?
Thank you, Treasure.
You
Hello?
can't. Hi, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm over the age of 18.
So, how old are you?
19.
Okay. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes.
Cool. Can you get away from the TV in the background
Yes.
or turn it off? Something.
Yes. Is that okay now?
Yeah, so much better. All right, fantastic. Why do you still support Donald Trump in the year of our Lord 2026?
Because I feel like he was the better presidency than Kamala Harris.
Irrelevant.
feel
I
like-
said in 2026, why do you still support him? That has nothing to do with 2024. Not to mention you're 19, you
Why
couldn't
do I
vote in
still support him?
2024.
Because he's a great president.
Okay, so what's he done?
Um, Funded ICE. ICE goes against goes helps helps immigrants, helps like take them out from the streets, and
Uh-huh.
they go after child rapists. They go after
No, that's
the
HSI.
MS-13 gangs.
Sorry, I want to let you know that like investigative side of things has nothing to do with ICE. Also,
But
you just
a
said
lot of
that.
people
So
don't
hold on, hold
respect
on. You
ICE.
just said, can I rewind for a second?
Yes, ma'am.
You said that you like that he funded ICE, correct?
Yes, I believe ICE was a great decision he made.
You mean that George Bush made?
Either or, but either or.
Yeah, George Bush made ICE.
I didn't say he created ICE. He funded ICE so they could last
Yeah,
way
yeah.
longer.
So did
They,
George Bush.
yeah, so that's
So did George
okay.
Bush.
Yes,
So did
maybe. Yes, he maybe
Obama.
started.
So
Yes,
did Trump 1. So did Biden. And so is Trump 2.
yes. And
So you support all of those
could it?
presidents, right? Because ICE has been funded by all of them?
Yes, if that's what maybe yes.
Okay.
If
I mean,
they
at least we're
if they made
consistent.
an ICE thing that protects people from child rapists, immigrants that are killing young girls, that are
Hmm.
ICE is helping us as we could see, and many people can't see that, and people are blind to see that ICE is not helping us. But how's ICE not helping us when they're taking child rapists off the street, MS-13 gangs off the streets, they're taking criminals off the streets.
Oh, you mean the same stuff that's always been happening under every administration? So that's why I was
Yes,
asking you. You do
and what
support
I'm saying,
every
and another thing,
administration
what I'm saying too,
previously.
if
I heard you.
Kamala Harris would have won, she would have
Sir,
not,
we're not
she would
talking
have,
about,
she would have,
sir, sorry.
uh huh,
We're not talking about
okay,
Kamala Harris.
okay.
She's not politically relevant. It's in the year 2026.
Yes, I know she lost. She lost
Yeah, so it's
after all her
irrelevant. It's
rich donors
irrelevant.
spent over
It's
$1 billion,
irrelevant.
and you don't think
Okay. You're now muted. This is your one and only warning. Bring up Harris again, and I will just hang up on you since you've already agreed with me. She's irrelevant. Fantastic. So I just want to make sure we're logically consistent here. You have supported every single president since ICE has been created because not only did they fund ICE, but ICE prioritized deporting convicted criminals.
yes.
Oh, fantastic. At least we're logically consistent.
So wait, can I ask you a question? So you said I only get one strike. You said I don't get three strikes like everybody else.
Uh, Technically, that was your second strike, sir, because I already told you Kamala Harris was irrelevant at the beginning of the conversation. So yeah, you've got your last strike coming up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
So why can you ask questions and I can't ask questions that
yeah, if we keep
like
it
make that make sense?
to who's the president, you know,
Hmm.
that's how that
Yeah,
works.
which you guys don't really like very much, right? You guys probably hate Trump, huh?
I mean, I don't hate is a strong word. I just don't approve of him
You're
or most
awesome.
of
Do
what
you
he's
live in the
doing.
United States? Do you live in the United States?
This is a first. I've never been asked this question before.
Hmm.
If you hate Trump so bad, move from the United States. See how much a better life you would be in out
Oh,
of the United States.
okay. Actually, the reason why I stay in the United States, because I am
Yeah,
in the United States, I grew up here, is because I
yeah, I'm
want the
American too.
United States to be better. And so, what I am doing is I am fighting for a better America while living here. I don't think that just
Hmm.
giving up and saying, ugh, I give up. I don't like this president. I'm just going to leave. I think that's very un American and unpatriotic. I'd rather fix the system.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But so wait, so is there stuff I can't talk to? I can't talk about Biden or anything. Like
What about Biden?
So if Kamala Harris and the vice president was basically together, co-op parent, basically working together, right?
Kamala Harris and the vice president? Yeah, they did great.
Both of them.
Yeah, but
Both of them did so
you don't think
great.
it would have been worse? You don't think it would have been worse if because Biden was the worst?
You're not 19. I think that was literally. I know, Barbie. I was getting there. I was like, you're not 19. That was literally your last strike. I could not deal with that. Oop. Hi, how are you?
Who is this?
I don't know. Who are you? It's funny that you ask who is this and the stream is on in the background. You're so cute. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
So why do you just spend all your time just like
You should try turning the stream down in the background. Hearing my chickmunk voice back is just not it for me.
That was amazing.
I still hear it. Can you turn on the stream?
Dude, turn the stream.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm sorry.
Distracted.
Why
You
do
know
you
what I feel
spend-
that I get very squirrely too.
So why do you just spend all your time doing this? Like
All my time?
I just don't see the point.
Damn. All your time, Ari.
Damn.
All my time. All of us.
All of our time, guys. Is this your first time on my stream?
Yeah, this is my
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah, so I guess you
I
wouldn't
just find
know.
it kind of pointless. Like
You should
you're
probably
just
go
like-
real quick just to level it out here. How old are you?
why do I have to say that?
TikTok terms of service.
Well, I'm not going to tell you. I can tell you I am of age.
Okay.
Um,
Have a good one. Guys, I don't spend all my time on stream. I actually have a very set schedule. It's in my bio. So I do have to add it to YouTube, but it's in my bio.
Samesies. Hey, real quick, thank you to Jolie, who said, I believe she was talking about our friend before. That caller was so unhinged. Appreciate you. Thank you, Jolie.
Right. Hi, how are you?
Good. How are y'all?
Doing well. How old are you?
31.
Okay. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, but can I have a moment of unity with you guys?
Okay, what's up?
Hello?
What's up?
Oh. Can we agree this is happening on both sides?
What is happening on both sides?
The quality of everything occurring right now is happening on both sides
The
for a
equality
while.
of everything occurring right now is happening on both sides. Can you be specific?
Yeah. I'm a little nervous because I've been listening to all the calls and I've come to the conclusion we're arguing over the same things. You guys are right, but the callers calling in, everybody's so emotionally supercharged, right?
There's
You
actually
guys have
one
been-
very emotional person, and I mean, he like crashed out.
Yeah, I think we all have a right to. You guys have a right to. I think the system has lied to us all. I really think even right now.
Can you tell me? Let's test this both sides thing, okay? And let's test on like what level they're doing well for America. Can you remind me? Wasn't it? Ooh, and if I'm wrong, please correct me. And TikTok, this is for educational purposes only. Wasn't it like John Thune, a Republican, who advocated for universal health care? Or am I wrong?
They all did. If I may say, maybe not everybody, but both sides have. I give extreme respect to Obama.
Obama wasn't
disagree
even the
with-
first person that talked about it. Actually, the first politically relevant person that talked about it in the 21st century, well, right before the 21st century, was Hillary Clinton. And they used it against her in the 2016 campaign Um,
I'm very disgusted with her life.
I don't
I see.
care about that
I see.
part. We're comparing both sides, okay? So I'm using her as an example. I'm using universal health care as an example. By the way, John Thune is the Senate Majority Leader, and he's a Republican. He absolutely did not advocate for universal health care. Can you remind me who all voted for the one big beautiful bill, which stripped 2.4 million Americans off of SNAP benefits and leading to food insecurity?
You misunderstand. I agree with you,
No, I'm
like
not.
100%.
You said this is a both sides issue, so I'm measuring
Yeah,
major issues on both sides, right?
yeah. We don't. But what I'm saying is, whoever it may be, it's wrong because it happened in general. Let me as a Trump supporter, as a MAGA supporter, we have been lied to as a base. But we are not the extreme right. Antifa, I would not consider the extreme left. I think a huge portrayal of it is fake. I think a huge portrayal of MAGA being extreme right, there are a lot of, I would say, a lot of people that support it that have been very broken to the point where this country has become a questionable country to us. We watched Joe Biden's administration, and it really hurts because I'm not trying to bring the past up. A lot of the country, and I agree with you guys, and I really don't want to I really don't want to argue with anything, but a lot of the country did believe the election was illegitimate, and it opens the door for every presidency, Republican or Democrat, to be illegitimate.
Why did they believe that the election was illegitimate?
I will say there are a lot more Republican voting fraud that's occurring
No.
than Democratic
The
voting
question,
fraud.
sir, the question I asked you was why did they believe that the election was illegitimate? Is it because one side pushed a complete falsehood?
Yeah, I think it was what people saw.
No,
Nothing was
sir. I'm asking
proven.
you. No, sir. I'm asking you a simple question. Is it because one side pushed a falsehood, and which side was that?
It was the Republican side that had pushed
There you go.
the
And
questionality of the.
great? And when did the Democrats do that in this past election, where Kamala Harris lost by 1.7% of the vote? 250,000 votes, give or take, would have swung the election in her favor, spread across the swing states. When did the
You're right.
Democrats? When did the Democrats say the election was stolen? We need to do, all of these different things. When did that happen?
Not a lot of Democrats did. Not a lot. I will say a minority.
Cool. No. When did anyone in power in the Democratic Party push that narrative?
None of them did. And
there you go. So why are we both? Siding this issue?
I love my country. If it happened,
no, sir. I didn't ask if you loved your country. I asked why are we both siding this issue when it's demonstrably true that the right is doing all of these things. Ari and I don't think that the left is perfect. We don't believe that the Democratic Party is perfect. But if we're going to talk about this in a realistic way, we need to address the elephant in the room. And the elephant in the room is that this is not the 1990s. I'm 42 years old. I remember the 1990s. I remember Bill Clinton and the Republicans. And if you would ask me when I was a teenager, hey, do you think that the Democrats and Republicans are kind of similar? I'd be like, yeah, it's kind of like they're kind of pretty much the same. I would have said that when I was a teenager. Even now looking back, I'm not sure if I would have been right, but I would have said it because I would have believed it then. If you're asking me now, you cannot make that comparison, and to do so is absolutely absurd at this point.
No, I'm a oh man, this is I watched something from 1987 today. I watched Donald Trump be interviewed by 60 Minutes or NBC in 1987. He spoke about going to war with Iran and taking oil from the coastlines He said you would be foolish to not do that to take our money back. I never heard him talk about the war before today. Before his presidency, this was in 1987, and
He actually talked about Iran a lot before he even became
I
president.
A lot.
I didn't acknowledge that before, and it blew my mind because I didn't anticipate this occurring during his term. I knew about the economic issues with Iran, but the fact that this wasn't talked about, I never heard one time. I'm really good at my research, as we all are. I never heard him talk about that one time. How in the world did nobody know that? Nobody knows that he spoke about going to war with Iran in 1987. He spoke about it and
Short-term
taking
memory.
oil.
People weren't paying attention. Short-term memory. Like, most
And
people knew that there was a reason why on the campaign trail you had Democrats saying, including Kamala Harris, that if you vote in Donald Trump, we will go to war with Iran. And as a response, JD Vance made a whole little commercial being like, and if you vote for Kamala Harris, she will send your sons and daughters to World War III.
well, I am. I think I don't know. Maybe I need to speak with a lot of people I know about it because nobody talked about it to me. Like nobody knew he was going to do this. I don't know if I'm sure nobody knows why. We all know oil, but we don't. I don't know any like Israel. You know, I've known about Israel for a year since Charlie Kirk's passing. A lot of us did, and you know, I know this nation's built in a way that's it could be really it could not be my religion. I would for this to be happening in the country right now as somebody that really loves American values, you know, I've acknowledged the financial system not being a constitutional right. I've learned a lot about the financial system to the point where corporations do own all the debt. The banks don't own the debt. The fact that this country used to be operated on a trust system where communities used to be the banks. And I don't know what happened in the 1860s where the corporations were allowed to be privatized into the bank systems. I don't know why the Constitution is being sacrificed for the privilege of money. As an American citizen that loves his country, that acknowledges the privileges that were granted,
You voted
you
for
know, it's kind
this.
of
It was very out there when hey Cheeky, when Donald Trump was in his first term in office that he doubled his wealth in his 4 years, and that took 4 years to do so. Now he's doubled his wealth again in not even 2 years, not even a year and a half. In 14 months since Donald Trump has been back in office, he has doubled his wealth again.
But
Well, it
if
was
I may
half
ask,
on top of that. But
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Sorry.
no, I was sorry. I was correcting myself. It's not double. It was half of his wealth at the time added on to it. That's not doubling. My
Yeah.
bad. I just
I
wanted to
just want to
correct
say, mind you,
myself.
this is not a setup call. Like, I just want to say, I think this is not set up. I am a random caller. So if you think MAGA or Democrat, I don't care what party. If I may ask you guys, it's previously happened. I mean, this has been a reoccurring issue since corporations have taken over the bank systems. I think both parties can agree, both support bases can agree maturely that corporations do own the debt. We can say the banks do, but the corporations borrow the money. So if I may ask, how do we retain that power back that once was held by citizens in terms of us being a trust system? We are so divided as a nation, and everybody has the right to feel obligated
I know
to feel the way they do.
this is Republican kryptonite that I'm going to say. It's one word, Republican kryptonite. Regulation.
But as citizens, I don't believe it's hard to.
Regulation. This all comes from unchecked capitalism. Republicans are the party that preach, live and die by deregulation.
But if I may, the outside there are a lot of. I don't want to sound implicated when I say like foreign or outside entities that aren't American. You know, we are an open trade country. Non-residents can buy property here in the States. It is legal.
I can also buy
Regardless of
property
high
in
skill.
Italy right now. I can buy property in
hmm
Japan. It's a lot of countries do that.
It,
It's not hard.
and
Japan is a bit more of a process. I have looked into
I
it before.
believe
It is. This is
I
true.
believe that hitting domestic is very vital, and I do. But I also do believe, and I think unity will begin when both sides. I mean, on a massive scale, when both sides can agree to the same thing on
I think
what
that
the issue
unity
we
will
have with both
begin
sides.
when we have somebody who isn't shitting all over the Constitution of the United States, and there are a bunch of people who are continuing to defend somebody who's shitting all over the Constitution
Yeah,
of the
I
United
see
States.
that now. I see that now. You know, I
Or
do.
have a president that also promotes unity at the same time instead of saying, I hate my enemies,
You know,
and said that
I
he
just
didn't think it was his job to bring the country together after Charlie Kirk died.
you know, I'm a country loving man. So regardless of party, right? I love my flag. I love my nation. I don't want people like myself to be viewed in a negative light because of everything. And I don't know what the goal on either side is. I think unity starts at home. Loving flag. That flag is not it's not a symbol of one thing. We all define the flag. Every citizen of America defines it by the responsibility, duty, and obligation of being a citizen. Respecting one another is the biggest thing,
Yeah,
you know.
I
And
agree. You know, I agree with you. I agree with you. We should be respecting one another, which is why it's wild that we have an entire group of people that are just trying to take half of the country's rights away. That is kind of not a great way to go about being unifying. So maybe
yeah,
if we were
Nope.
like, hey, or if we wanted to be unifying, that would be a great way to start. This is why if we're gonna be unifiers, if we're going to try and say things like, hey, we want the country to come together, we want to heal, we want to do all this different shit, that would probably be a good place to start. Maybe we should try to acknowledge that that racism is real. Maybe we should try to acknowledge that LGBTQIA plus people have the right to exist. I don't know. We could do that. We could do all of these different things. And then, starting there, we could try to say that all Americans have rights. And I bet if we started there, you might be able to do that unifying thing that we're talking about. But if we don't start there, how could we possibly move forward? Don't you think that might be a good place to get going from?
I
He's
believe
not going
so.
to answer.
I will acknowledge one thing about the Democrats as a independent.
Don't you think
I'm
that
an
might be a
independent.
good place to get started from?
Yay or nay?
Yeah, of course.
Fantastic. I'm
Good.
glad we can
Thank
agree.
you.
Have a good one. You weren't answering anything, and then my decoration just fell, and I gotta find this business card again so I can replace it. Dang it.
Holy cow.
It died. Yeah, that hurt my brain. And then like to put a topper on that, my decoration fell and broke, and now I'm like broski. He caused it. I don't care. That was his bad juju that just caused that. If you voted for for Donald Trump, feel free to call that number on the screen. Oh, and then they are summoned. If you are new, hit that follow or that subscribe button. Be sure to follow Matt as well. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello. Good evening.
Hi. How old are you?
23.
23. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Technically, I would consider that a no question because I never really was a Trump supporter, although I am conservative and right wing, and I would contend that Trump is neither of those things, actually.
Okay. No disagreement here. So have a good one. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 30.
30. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I voted for him, but no, I don't support him anymore.
Okay. What did he do to make you lose your support?
So I think everyone who is still on the MAGA bandwagon should just hop right off. He's proven to lie to us about everything. You know, the first thing started with the Epstein files, and yes, I agree. You know, everyone's talking point beyond that is, well, Biden didn't do anything about it either. Yeah, both sides didn't do crap about this when it first came out. Anyone who was in the seat didn't do anything, but he knew about it. He tried to lie about it. He didn't do anything. And then when it came to a bill that had to pass to get that stuff out there, that's when he had to start talking about it. So that was the first big issue. The second big issue was a more of a recent one for me, was the Board of Peace that he created, that he is the lead
funneling
chairman
money
on.
into? Yeah.
Yes. So the Board of Peace gave himself $10 billion tax dollars. Again, we have to remember, this is our tax dollars. Gave himself $10 billion tax dollars, said it was a small number to keep world peace. Next week, started a war. Makes fucking sense. Sorry,
Yep.
if I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss.
I don't care.
Apologize.
I don't care at all.
So that was a huge issue as well. I just don't see how people are not understanding. You know, he said he's going to drain the swamp, didn't do nothing. Said he was going to stop money within politics, didn't do nothing about that. He actually made, you brought this up a little bit, I think on the last call, about how much money he's made this term,
So much.
that he's doubled his wealth. He's not only doubling his wealth, he's hitting world records. The last time when we started, sorry, I apologize. When he started the war, people started making trades on the NASDAQ and moved the entire NASDAQ 0.3%. Everyone needs to really think about that move that was made. That is a huge number. He moved them, not saying that he did it solely. No one could prove that, but you know he made some money off of it. He did the same thing when it came to crypto. Someone started shorting Bitcoin. All of a sudden, a big whale came out of nowhere. A couple hours later, Trump makes a tweet. Bitcoin goes down. Someone just made $900 million.
Yep.
Almost $1 billion was just made. But no one's going to call that out. Why is it? I don't see why people are still
no one on the
supporting
right.
it at the same time.
Yeah, no one on the right will call it out. I've heard it everywhere on the left. It's mostly why I know about it.
Yeah, but I do have a problem still with. I think it's both sides that are a big issue. I think they make it seem, and this goes to the gentleman's point that you were previously talking to. I know he was kind of rambling, but I understood kind of where he was coming from. I think it's both sides in leadership right now are the issue. It's not just one party. It's the Democrats too. They play the same games that the Republicans do, but they just say whatever is going to make their side happy. And I don't know if you guys would agree with that, you know, because you mentioned to the last guy who was kind of going a little bit crazy on the phone with you guys that, you know, well, it's not Nancy Pelosi that was making the money. It was her husband. But she knew what was going on. He was making the right moves to the bills that were being passed within Congress. Like, so you can't really say that she wasn't playing. She was playing that game too.
That wasn't
but
the
I know
that
you guys
wasn't the
aren't
point. That
focused
wasn't the
completely
but that
on
wasn't the
Nancy Pelosi.
point. But I gotta stop. But I gotta say that wasn't the point of what we And that caller's point was that he didn't care that politicians were making money. Ari and I said Nancy Pelosi can fuck right off and we think that she
No,
shouldn't be
agree.
making money like that. And that was initially exactly what we said. We were like, she can fuck right off because we don't think that politicians should make money like that, and we don't give a fuck that it was Nancy Pelosi. And so that's all. And Ari's point was that Nancy Pelosi would literally have to divorce her husband, or he would have to quit his job under the rules if that act passed, because it would mean that there would have to be complete and total divestment. That's what she was saying, because
Oh,
it's
I
her
do
husband
apologize. If that
who's the
was what
one
she was
who
saying,
does
yes, no,
the
I
yeah.
see. I
But
understand.
just so you know, we're 100%. But I do have to push back, because while we will absolutely criticize people in the Democratic Party, which is totally fine, no problem doing that, there has to be a realistic accounting, and there has to be a realistic, uh, you know, setting here where we look at what's going on, and we have to be able to say there is one party that is pushing what is going on with the Trump administration. There's one party that is pushing the election falsehoods. There's one party that is pushing what is amounting to fascist government. Like, this is fascist light,
May I
and
ask
so and so
how old are you?
yeah,
How old you are, real quick, just to see
I'm
like what you know.
I'm 42 years old.
I'm 34.
Okay, so you're very aware of a lot. Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
you brought up, yeah, I agree. Republicans pushing a lot on, election fraud. Agree with that. But the same thing happened in the early 2000s with Democrats, didn't it not?
No, they didn't. Nope, not absolutely not.
Yeah,
And I was
no.
alive for it. I know exactly what you're talking
So was
about,
I. I
and that
remember
is
that I was 9 or
Was
8.
was
and
what? Yeah,
it's
I
not.
could
Hold
be
on.
wrong.
Time out. Time out. It
I was
was an
a child
election
at
fraud.
that time.
What the Democrats were doing, especially in the year 2000, was they were very, very, very accurately pointing out the fact, especially if we're talking about Florida, that what was wrong was there was a ballot that was confusing, and then there were questions about whether or not ballots were punched properly or not. It wasn't
Mhm.
about election fraud. It was about whether or not you could count people's ballots, and whether or not you could see whether they had punched through a hole or not, and whether or not those ballots should be counted.
And
That's what that was
also,
about.
there's already a rule in place that if a vote is in with half a percentage point or less, there's an automatic recount, and you can continue to request recounts, I think up to 3 times. Anything, well, the first recount is free. Anything after that, you have to pay for them to recount it. And eventually, Al Gore conceded the results of the election.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, but so I brought that up because Democrats were involved in that, and I understand. But again, it wasn't the entire party. I don't think it was being as pushed as big as it is today. I agree with that, but I think that's kind of for me right now. And like you say, our year of our Lord 2026, kind of old news when it comes to that. If we stick to what's going on today with both parties, again, I think this is an issue for both parties.
I
I think
understand that
there's
you
just
keep
too much
saying that, but
division
here's
with
the
what's
thing,
going
sir.
on.
I have to keep stopping you. Sir, I'm
I
so
would like to
sorry.
bring up. I
Sir,
let you talk
I
the
understand,
entire
but you
time. If
keep
I could
saying,
bring
I
up what
know,
I was,
you
what I'm
keep
bringing,
talking, but
but
you keep
and I'm
talking.
trying
You
to
keep
add on
saying
to
that,
that for
sir.
you, but you're stopping
Sir,
me
I know.
now.
You
And
you
yeah, I
keep
let
saying, and
you
I'm
talk
trying to
and
explain
agreed with you.
something.
So
No,
if I
sir,
could just
you
say
didn't
what I
agree
wanted
with
to
me.
say, that
No, sir, you didn't, because what you just
I
did
said
was
you were
you
right.
just
I
said
said
you
you were
think that
right.
it's
How is that not
no,
agreeing
sir.
with you at all?
No,
That
sir, you
makes
didn't,
no
because what
sense.
you just did was
Now
you
you
just
just want
said,
to argue
I
for
think
no
that this is
reason.
an
I let
issue
you
with
talk
both
and I agreed.
parties,
Does that make
sir,
sense? Would that
sir.
be a good conversation?
Anyways, what
I
I
just wanted
just
to
said
bring up
was that
what I
you
wanted. So when I say both, the division in both parties and what it's causing is the biggest issue. You guys, I feel
yeah,
like, are
and you're
sticking
wrong.
to
And
one
what I'm
party
saying is
and
that
not saying
you're
everything
incorrect,
wrong.
sir.
So something that
Yes,
came
sir.
out,
You're
like
and what you're
what
saying. I'm
was
trying
it
to
the
explain
Greg
something to
Jim
you, and you
McGavin
won't
came
stop
out
talking.
recently said
I'm
that
trying to
they have
explain
a
something to you,
slush
sir.
fund in the
I turned
House
him
that is
down too.
protecting
Can,
people
I
can
who
you
know.
tell the
committed
difference?
sexual
Okay.
misconduct
I can,
within
yeah,
the
but
government,
All
and
right.
they take that money to pay the
I'm gonna
victims of these
unmute so we
crimes
can keep
from the
listening to you in a
politicians,
it's
and
second, but
both parties
I
are
turned
getting
him
nailed
even
down.
further
it's
down
fine.
Both
here.
parties voted
And
against
you
it. So
blah 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 blah
what
blah.
I want to know from
Feel
you
free.
guys is
Thank you to
Do you
Jonathan for
think
that
it's
gift of the
a
jewels, by the
one
way. Thank
side
you,
better
Jonathan.
than the
Appreciate you.
other?
Yes. So the reason why is
How
because
so
one
when they
side
both
is
commit the
literally
same
trying to be fascist and the other side isn't.
How so? How let's bring that up. Like, how are they trying to be fascist? How is one side not
Because the
being more
Trump
fascist than the
because
other?
the Trump administration is literally hitting all 14 tenets of fascism. At the same time, they are shitting all over the Constitution of the United States, having violated it multiple times in just the last year and a couple of months alone, as described by multiple federal judges and the Supreme Court.
And the Democrats and Obama didn't do that during his tenure.
Nope. Nope. Not at all.
He didn't do that at all.
And I don't know
So
why. And
the
again,
reason
and
why
also,
he
sir,
had
and
world
also, sir, and
record-breaking
also,
numbers when
sir,
it came
and
to
also,
immigration
sir, and
because
also, sir, and sir, I was trying to finish my sentence. And also, sir, even if they did do it, which they didn't, I don't know how that would make it better that the Trump administration is doing it. Whataboutism doesn't make it any better that the Trump administration are trying to be fascist and breaking the Constitution. That doesn't make it better, despite the fact that the Obama administration did neither of those things.
Did you hear what I said, sir?
No,
Nope.
because
So
he
I
was
didn't
still in the
hear
middle of a
anything you said.
sentence. Oh,
I
how
was
that's
literally.
Well, I
interesting.
was too, but obviously this is how you guys conduct yourselves. So if this is the case, are we going to have just a normal back and forth where I let you speak, you let me speak, and we can have a conversation, or is Matt going to keep on saying "sir, sir, sir" and
That's
trying to
only when you
talk over
interrupt.
people?
That he only did that when your
Yes,
sentence,
so
the
you
beginning of
agree with
your
me. He did
sentence
that when I was
interrupted.
speaking.
No,
I
it's
did not end my
the
sentence.
beginning of
I was
your
speaking,
sentence
I was
interrupted the
articulating
middle of
what I was
him.
saying, and he decided to
His.
stop me. But that's not what we're here to talk about. So let's get off this subject and let's go back to what I was saying.
So the answer
When
is
it
no. The
again,
Obama
when you're
administration
saying
didn't do that. What's your
whataboutism, the
problem
problem
now?
is, again,
The
there you
Obama
go again,
administration
man.
didn't do it.
What
What's
do
your
you want?
problem?
Do you want me to speak, or do you just want to keep talking over people?
I
I don't
said the
think you guys
Obama
really want to have
administration didn't do
conversations.
it. Stop
I think
whining
you
and
guys just
reply.
want to grift and get
The
even.
Obama
You hear it
administration
all
didn't
the
do it.
time.
Stop whining and
Ari's over here
reply.
saying, "Oh, give me
No,
likes,
they
give me likes,
didn't.
give me money."
I
You guys
literally just
just
explained to
talking.
you
I
why that
thought you
didn't
really
happen
wanted
and
to
you
have a
can't understand
conversation.
it.
You got me. I'm sorry about that.
I
I
literally
am
just
so
explained to
sorry
you
I
why that
didn't
didn't
want to be able
happen
to
and you
actually
can't
have a
understand it. Would you
conversation,
care to
but
reply?
you won't shut the fuck up. That makes no
I
fucking
literally
sense.
just explained to you
How
why
do
that
you
didn't
have to have
happen. Would you care to
a
reply?
fucking debate when you just keep on
I
talking?
literally
I'm
just
lying.
explained to you why that
I'm
didn't
over here
happen. Would you
fucking
care to
telling you
reply, sir?
exactly what the fuck's going on, that both sides are fucking hypocrites,
I
and we
literally
cannot
just
agree
explained to you
on
why
that.
that's not the
But no,
case. Would you
you
care to
want to
reply,
suck their
sir?
fucking
Or do you
dick.
want to just
You
keep
want to
whining
put your
about it?
mouth around any Democrat cock you can and suck it right off.
Yeah, because we don't speak negatively about the Democratic Party. Anyways, are you going to reply to what Matt said?
What did Matt say? Matt, go ahead. Let's speak. Let's try to have a conversation.
The
It's
Obama
okay, buddy. Breathe.
administration.
Is that it? The Obama administration?
I'm so sorry. I would explain it to you, but I don't think you're going to understand it. I think that you're probably really
yeah, is
just
that
not
it? Are
quite.
you sure that's
Yeah,
it? I think
sorry.
you need to take a
I
little
already.
chill
Well,
pill,
see,
buddy.
here's the problem,
And,
sir,
and,
is that
and
I already
listen,
tried to
I'm
explain.
taking
Why
you
are
off
you
mute.
interrupting
Go
me
ahead.
again? You can't seem to. You can't seem to have a regular conversation.
Go ahead.
I'll
You
explain it
want
one
to
more
go ahead?
time.
I'm done. I'm
If
done.
you'll stop talking, I'll
I'm
explain
done.
it one more time. If you'll stop talking, I'll explain it one more time. Good boy. Anyways, here's what
Okay,
happened.
come on.
The
I know
Obama.
you're gonna do that, you little cocksucker. Come
Oh,
on.
you're going to interrupt me again? Oh, I thought you were going to be a good boy now. Oh, you're interrupting me again? Are you going to be a good boy and stop talking? Anyways, the Obama administration wasn't trying to be fascist, and they didn't break the Constitution in the way that the Trump administration did. But even if they did, that wouldn't be some sort of a flex or some sort of a defense for the Trump administration doing it. That would just make them equal to each other. So, since the Obama administration didn't do any of those things, what would your defense be to the Trump administration trying to be fascist and literally breaking the Constitution at every turn as determined by multiple federal judges and also the Supreme Court? What is your response to that without using some sort of weird whataboutism that didn't actually happen?
So what you're saying is that Obama, you said, okay, I want to make sure this is correct before I speak. Obama didn't do anything that broke the Constitution.
Sir, my response to you, that was all that you got out of what I just said.
It's a yes or no question. It's a fairly
no, sir. I asked. I'm
all.
asking you. Jesus Christ, I can't.
Because I agree
Dude.
with you. I don't like the Trump administration. That's how I started this fucking phone call. I don't agree.
I'm just gonna. I'll restate the question a little simpler. I'll restate the question more simply for you. The Obama administration wasn't trying to be fascist, and they didn't break the Constitution in the way that the Trump administration did.
You're awesome.
That our government fucking sucks. That both sides.
Sure, let's fix it. Let's fix it. Let's fix it. Crying about something that you have, crying about, sorry, not crying. Let me rephrase. Let me use a different word. Whining about something that you believe slighted you in some way when we're talking about Al Gore and Bush, Obama, and your issues that you think that you have with Obama by claiming that he violated the Constitution. No, in fact, he actually honored our 3 co-equal branches of government. And when he was told to stop doing something by a district court, he stopped. Did he sometimes utilize the shadow docket that we call it when they make an emergency appeal to the Supreme Court in regards to districts placing nationwide injunctions? Yes, absolutely. But not on the level that we see it occurring from the Trump administration. That's a big thing, right? And then we see again, that's all Trump is doing. So we have to fix it from this president and going forward, because crying about something that happened 10 plus years ago is just ridiculous to make a point. And yeah, he was interrupting me the whole time, but I guess while I was in the middle of my sentence, that was okay. Real quick, guys, friendly reminder, TikTok. Let's get up all the way to 300,000 likes. So we're at 285. You guys have 8 minutes to do so because we are cutting it off. We're not going to take any more callers in 8 minutes because Matt's got to get started for his show, right? So I expect you guys to tap the screen all the way up to 300,000 and more if you can. Follow if you're new on every single platform, and be sure again to follow Matt. I will read the super chats as soon as we are done with the flood of callers we're still getting.
You're awesome.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I am good. And yourself?
Doing well. How old are you?
I am 24, born in 2001.
Awesome. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What's your primary
supporter.
reason why you still support him right now? What's he done?
I think he's doing a damn good job. Just the way he's handling everything, and the way he ran the campaign.
I don't care about his campaign. What has he done since he's been back in office that's earned your continued support?
Well, for one, I mean, we could start with immigration. I think he's doing a damn good job with immigration.
What significant benefit?
He's doing enough.
What significant benefit have the American people received under Trump's Trump's managing the immigration system that we haven't seen under any other president?
That you worded that question really weird.
Sure, I'll restart it. It's because I had some mistakes. Hold on, I'll restate it. What significant benefit has the American people seen as a result of Donald Trump focusing on immigration that we haven't seen any under any other president?
actually shutting down the border.
The border is
Hopefully
not shut
they
down,
reduce
nor has it ever
the
been
border.
open.
It hasn't.
I'm also going to laugh at the person in
Well, for the
the
last
chat
4
that's like
years
not
under
understanding the
Biden,
question
it is.
either. The border is not shut down. Again, that's not a significant benefit. Can you let's try this again. What is the significant benefit that the American people have experienced as a result of Donald Trump's immigration policy that we haven't seen any under any other president?
That's a baited question, bro. Because you're asking it in a very biased way.
No, I'm not. I'm actually asking
You're
this in
not
a
really
very
letting me,
specific
bro,
way.
you're not really letting me speak. Like, you're just like,
No,
like,
I'm
bro,
asking this
like,
in a specific
you
way. And
can't
let
make
me,
a
okay,
debate.
fine. Let me explain this to you. Okay. The reason why I'm asking you this way is because since ICE was incepted, right? Even before ICE existed as an organization of itself, we have always performed deportations. And he hung up. Okay. We have always performed deportations. So if you are saying that you support him because of immigration, then I want to know what significant benefit have the American people seen or felt specifically because of Donald Trump's current immigration policy that we haven't seen under any other presidency.
Not one.
It's like that's if that's your reason to still support him, then I want to know what's different. Explain it to me.
I have to laugh at the people in my chat on the tube saying that he restored free speech when there have literally been multiple First Amendment rulings
Thanks, K-Rock.
against him.
For
You guys
freedom
are
of speech.
funny. You guys are funny. Oh, you guys crack me up.
It's hilarious. Hi, caller. How are you? Hello, are you there?
Yeah, what's up?
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 25.
And are you still supporting Trump?
No, I never did. I just want to say, man, next time you guys have this, please don't bring Matt on. He's the most passive aggressive guy ever. The dude was literally agreeing with you guys.
Huh? Okay.
You know the dude that was like, I'm no longer a Trump supporter. You had him on just a second ago.
Oh,
And
that
then,
guy.
yeah, he was literally agreeing with you guys up until Matt started talking, and then he was just like, "This is so insufferable," and he left. I think if
Yeah.
you're gonna do a good job of being like a call line, where you're a
Okay,
Democrat,
liquidity. Okay, liquidity. No
I don't
problem.
care. Is that
No one
somebody you know?
cares. He's a fan.
He a fan. Honestly, like I'm surprised I didn't get called passive aggressive.
It's so funny now that some of them that we don't want to take up on TikTok are resorting to calling on our lines.
On a whole different channel too. Guys, can we get the last little kitten kneading on TikTok gift? That'd be so cool.
Oh, come on, guys, do it. Do it.
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? This has got to be like the hardest question right now. Hello, it's the liberal in your pocket. Okay, bye. All right. Oh. Hello.
Nigger.
They say that with like such like they're ashamed to say it themselves.
Just of course.
They're just like, I had to work myself up to say it. And this is what happens when children are left unattended by their parents. We'll go ahead and read through the last few of these that were missed. That we didn't get a chance to get to. This was about the yelling guy. Caller has low IQ issues, so thick, so dumb. Caller needs to go wipe. And also, thank you, John Chazelle. I'm so sorry, I'm saying that wrong. TNR. Assemb Pepper Moon Giants. Thank you guys for all the jewels. Andrew, and I always mess up your name. Eck. Thank you as well. You are doing good work. Thank you. I appreciate that for the $9.99. Maybe I should buy an Obama doll with a tan suit and ask him where on the doll did smart black man hurt him. I can't get away with that. I cannot get away with that. I've tried that once before, and somebody
It's
like took it. I can't get away with that.
if you're gonna do that, make sure that you include the mustard accessory because
The
you got to
mustard.
ask about the mustard as well. Yeah.
Oh God. Schmuck Fund, thank you, Bat. Thanks, Ari and Matt, as the arbiter of Gen X. We do not claim him. I agree. Thank you, Hensley. Why do MAGA always say because he was the better choice when the elections already happened, past tense happened? Are your talking points only related to what has happened in the past instead of what is happening today? Yes, that's all they got. DJT may be the most transparent president, and with see through, we can see that is full of the smell of shit that walks the earth. Scott gets censored so much. He's saying that the president is literally see through because we see all of his bruises and stuff. Here is an option to fix your debt. Use the same model of inheritance tax, South Korea. Example, Samsung family heirs paid between 8 to 10 billion USD after the death of the former head of family. So we actually do have an estate tax. It's just not, it's probably not that high as it could be. IMO, do all Americans feel the same way in the sense of the world? Yes, we all, my shit, I cannot read your stuff, but all our coils are different size and smell, be individuals. Yes, we'll be individuals. MAGA moving away from the far right always seems to blame both sides. Ooh, that's a good point. I forget about that. It's always them. This is probably the best
That
one.
is such a great point. That was a great point.
Making American giant assholes. Yeep. Do you have anything to read off?
Let me double check. I don't. Let me double check over here on the tube if I've got any other ones that have come in. Thank you to
It's dead.
Barnaby for the gift of the star. Oh no.
It died.
Oh no.
I wish its head would have fallen off so I at least had the whole head. It's got its eyes.
I blame that caller that we were talking to. But yeah. No, I will say the last thing I will say is that I think that message was really spot on. That it's like the ones that are leaving, they need to say, "Oh, look at that."
I'm gonna
Maybe
keep
we can
I'm gonna try to keep
glue
this.
it.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, not with
No,
how
no,
it's made.
not so much. Oh.
No, it's I'm so sad.
Oh.
Maybe I was thinking about it. Keep going. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just gonna say I did really like that. I did really like that one because I do think, and I've seen it too. Is like when they're like on their way out, and they're like, well, yeah, I've regretted my vote, this that, but it is kind of both sides. I do feel like that's the coping mechanism. That's like the I need some sort of like validation some way. So I'm gonna say, but it's not just me. It's not just me. It's not just it's both sides. And I feel like that's what's happening. So
It's so annoying when they say that. I get so tired of the both sides. I'm like, it's not because they fight for different things. And the fact that no one can see that, or maybe they're refusing to see it, is just so weird. Hold on. Kiko, pass along a gift sub. I don't know how to pass along a gift sub to someone specifically, Kiko. Kiko, if you're in my Discord, please please let me know. If I need to refund that to you, I will. But please make a note if you're in my server. Brandy said start yelling Jessica works for my grandchild.
You're awesome.
And so I'm going to start requiring this, guys. This is going to start effective next stream. If you are a MAGA and you want me to read your super chat, it better be for more than $2. It's going to have to be at least a $5 minimum.
I like that.
Somebody thought that this was funny, and it's like, okay, I'm not a liberal. Joke to you, you're probably way more liberal than I am. Oh, I always hurt someone's feelings.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they're like, oh, got you there. I know you're learning. I write in Canadian. Sorry, learning American. That wasn't even Canadian, Scott. Ah!
Summer.
I think that's Summer saying, "Are you done?" All right. Well,
All right. We'll be done.
yeah, I have to let Matt go handle his own stream. So, guys, for right now, if you're watching whatever stream that you're on right now, you can go hang out with Polly. All right, go say hi to Polly, follow, subscribe, do all of the wonderful things. And then, like, when Matt goes on, then go follow up a raid there. And then you can go back to wherever you want to go. So, how about that? I give you guys a task. Go raid Polly right now. And then in 26 minutes, when Matt goes live, you also raid Matt as his own raid and do like a placenta raid for both of them. Placenta raid in the chat. Well, hold on. How do I make this together? Matt
You could
placenta?
say Matt's placenta.
Oh,
you could say.
That might be okay. We can try that.
Is that weird? Is that weird? I don't know. I'm spitballing. I don't know.
Someone asked if you were AI because you're not on camera. He will be on camera the next time. Polly and I are working something pretty cool out. So yes, Matt's placenta raid. Let's do that. Polly will understand if you type that in his chat. Over on YouTube, you're going to be automatically redirected over to Polly just to make that easier. Twitch, he's not over live on Twitch, so y'all do what you want with that information. TikTok, y'all know how to do it. So buy over on YouTube, buy